And hello everybody, welcome to Heroes Give Chase, welcome back. We took a week off because a couple people had to do stuff in the previous week, but we are back. My camera's too low, but it is now fixed. We have returned. Welcome to episode 45, which is if you add 1,900 to the end of it, the year World War II ended. It took me way too long to find that as a fact. It was giving me facts like 45 is an odd number. Thanks. And then there's that. I completely missed it. But we got it. We got it. But welcome back to Heroes Give Chase. Everyone has returned. Last episode I'll be doing in the... I was about to say last episode I'll be doing in the EU, but I guess that's already gone. That was 2 weeks. Oh no, we don't leave yet. We leave at the end. We leave in like 6 months. Something like that. But last in Europe for a while. But for now, let's find out what everyone's been up to in the 2 weeks we've been off. Let's start at the top. Hey, Kendrick, what have you been up to in the last week?
I did Doom Patrol, and now I'm currently doing Titans, and it's a lot of fun. Pretty surprisingly good shows. Didn't expect them to be this okay.
Apparently, the stream could not hear me. I have now fixed it. Sorry, I am using a different audio interface, but I literally just gave a fact about the number 45, which is it's when World War II ended, and introduced everyone. But yeah, Kendrick, DC Marathon. What's been your favorite so far?
I like Doom Patrol a lot, actually, because it was super weird, but also very entertaining and quite funny, and not in a cringy way, but actually funny. So Titans starts off well though. Now in season 2, I just don't like the Batman they chose, dude. I mean, you don't see Batman a lot. I'm just gonna spoil this one, but they should have gone for a different actor.
That's fair.
I'm not gonna say who it is because that is actually a surprise moment in the show. So maybe I don't want to say that.
Fair enough. Apparently they could hear me, but not Kendrick. But that's fixed. Hopefully that's fixed now.
Okay, cool.
So all good. Have you got up to Crisis yet, or are you not up to that yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, fair
Not
enough. Alrighty. Hey Faye, what have you been up to in the last 2 weeks?
Oh, pretty much the same as always. Lots and lots and lots of TFT, and then playing in some other D&D campaigns as always.
Nice.
Doing my articles every week. Also started writing some scripts for Giant Slayer TV, so overall making lots of TFT content, streaming it, writing it.
Sounds really good. And Jinxie, what have you been up to the last 2 weeks?
Oh boy, we played some D&D. Tetra and I played some Divinity where I set Tim on fire multiple times. Played some Heroes. I got my hair colored, so I'm looking a little bit more red today. That's why. Yeah, that's about it. Getting ready for a certain someone to come visit the U.S. By getting ready, I mean I've cleaned off a corner of my desk.
Well, as we've said a couple times, we'll be doing some recording together, which is why I have this at the ready, so be able to do stuff actually next to each other, and is why I'm on a different audio interface.
Why you gonna call me out, Cro-Mags? We brought it back, kinda. We didn't even kill the slugs.
We didn't. We just didn't kill the slugs. We did, however, kill like 6 other people who we didn't kill the first time.
Oh God.
But we got it back.
I gave my character thievery so we could steal shit, and it turns out if you steal things, people don't like that, and they want to kill you.
Yeah. Also, we had to reload a save because during a fight that we had in the campaign, I left a poison puddle on the floor, and then literally the second I teleported back to town, a guard walked over it and aggroed on me. So we had to reload that save. It didn't go well. Alright.
Yeah.
And Crowan, what have you been up to the last 2 weeks?
Hi, I've been doing like real world stuff, not as much on the TFT grind.
Blasphemer!
It's crazy, but yeah, basically spending time with girlfriend, went to visit her, so I'm just staying over, hanging out. But gonna get back on the grind more so this week. But yeah, just a bunch of stuff like hang out with her family, friends, a bunch of stuff like that. So yeah.
Nice, nice. And I have spent a lot of time trying to work out the tax thing, !GFM in chat for details on that. Not going to go into it too much on this show. Did fit in Jixie's D&D stream though. We haven't exploded again yet. Nearly died in the one-shot too. And played the Divinity as we said. Bonnet Train is doing fantastic and has new spells, which makes me very happy. So that's going all well. And this, excuse me, be the last stream of mine for the week until next Monday, because I will be, as G said, going over to America, and I'm going to spend some time to de-jet lag myself, and then we'll be getting right back into it while I'm over there. So that sounds good. But next Monday stream, assuming people are here, is still on, at least from my side. And Jixie has been bullying me to make sure I actually bring the overlays this time.
If you don't, I'm just gonna make you set them up.
Oh yeah, I can make my own. I'm gonna put them on Drive as well, just in case. So that should hopefully be fine. Alrighty, so that's what everyone's been up to in the last 2 weeks. Let's find out what the players are up to the last time they played. They concluded the vacation that they had using the Rod of Sanctuary, Rod of Protection. I think it's Rod of Protection.
Get out of there!
And they basically grouped up, went back to after and defeated a manifestation in a Trial of Tyr, which was figured out the identity of by the group. Watch last week's episode if you want to find out more details on that. Some interesting words were exchanged. The group then returned to the Prime Material Plane and met up with the Githyanki, who they had met beforehand, and travelled into a cave of old Illithid, lost Illithid civilization, where they were basically lore dumped on Illithids. Realizing that, yeah, these things sound like they fucking suck, Leonhard decided to step up, and after the group asking if there was a way that they could more quickly get to Ina in exchange for hunting down all Illithids they saw, Leonhard stepped up and decided to be the first person, and ended up being the only person who needed to attempt to beseech the ruler of the Githyanki. Leonhard charmed her incredibly, and she not only called you guys an Uber, but also gave Leonhard a temporary boon. Which, do you remember? Do you still have that written down?
I should have that written down somewhere.
I believe it is bonus. It is advantage on attacks and saving throws against aberrations.
That is true.
For how long?
I think it was 48 hours.
48 hours. Okay. So you can keep an eye on that. All right. The group then went outside to meet up with their lift, which turns out the leader of the Gith had pulled in a favor with one of her allies, and called in an ancient red dragon
Yeah.
to take you guys to Ina. The gargantuan creature introduced itself. Pleasantries were exchanged, and you guys were delivered with incredible speed to the outskirts of the village of Ina, where Sartre tried to steal a scale, didn't work. Kaizen tried to persuade it to roast orcs. It agreed, but said it wasn't really going to discriminate that much. If it saw elves too, it was going to get them too. And then, after dropping you guys off outside the town, noticing its arrival, the dragon decided that on the way out, it might cause some chaos. And that's where we left off. Did you guys rest? That's what I need to remember. At the end of the session,
that
did you head
was
straight
Yes.
to the
The
village?
plan, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
We
you're
were-
long resting or short resting?
We rolled our
ended by
checks.
long resting, right?
Ah, yes, it was long rest, yes.
Mhm.
So, yes, because of encounters, which I have here. Okay, so, Shivari was the first to keep a lookout. Well, mostly the only one to keep a lookout during the camping that you guys set up. Throughout the night, Shivari, you do hear the sound of bells again echoing in the distance. You hear the odd yell some of it in Common, some in Orcish, being yelled out. Mostly about fire. There's a lot of talk of fire.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You also do notice that around this area, there appear to be, you notice on the outskirts of camp, not that much wildlife, but you do notice rats. There appear to be a few more rats in this area. One starts to come a little closer to camp. Do you want to do anything?
No, she'll leave it alone. Is there like more rats than you would normally see in the woods?
No, probably. Like, normally you'd see 0, you've seen at least 3.
Huh. She will take note of it, but she will not do anything about the rats. She'll
Okay.
just let them do their
The
thing.
main rat comes closer, still in the shadows, crawls to the edge of the camp to... Hang on, let's roll a d3. Crawling closer to Sartra's backpack. As it begins sneaking up on the sleeping Sartre, looking at the nose sniffing in the air as it moves towards the backpack, still in shadows.
Okay.
It feels
she'll
pretty
kinda-
stealthy.
She'll like shoo it away, like, get out of here, go away.
Roll an intimidation check.
You're kidding.
She
Intimidating
might
rat.
fail. It's unlikely, but she might. The rat notices you and then begins to bite at the backpack, trying to chew a hole in the corner.
Huh.
Kick it, Shavari, kick it!
She'll use prestidigitation to make like a little puff of like air like in its face and try and get it out.
Mind prison that rat.
I don't think it would have the intelligence to be mind prisonable, actually.
True.
Hang on, let me get up rat stats, because I actually do need to roll for this anyway. Where is it? There it is. Rat stat. What's the intelligence limit for mind prison, just out of personal interest?
That's a good question.
I think it's 6,
Think
right?
Oh, I thought it was 3. Monka.
If it's
I think
3,
it's
then
pretty
that's probably
low.
fine.
Doesn't look like there's any limit on mental prison.
Fair enough.
So
Okay.
If it's immune to being charmed, it doesn't work.
Ah, fair enough.
Rats,
Alrighty.
rats.
Well, you attempt to puff the rat. The wind blows across it. It has now chewed a hole in Sartra's bag. Its nose sticks inside and it begins rummaging around.
She tried.
Just kick it!
She doesn't want to hurt it. It's just a little rat. It's kind of just hungry as spot.
Well,
Oh my god.
it rummages through, and sorry, go on.
Nothing.
If it takes anything that's not food, she will go and stop it.
Okay. The rat you see is mostly going for food and pulls out 1 day's worth of rations. It's not even taking it all in one go. It's literally taking it out and creating a pile.
Huh. Well, that's intriguing. She's just gonna watch.
Okay. Sartre, what's in your bag?
Oh boy. My bag has. If Roll20 will load. Fine clothes, my signet ring, my priest pack, a scroll of pedigree, the king, the alchemy the alchemy jug, sorry, the gloves of missile snaring. I forgot I had those. That's really helpful. A water skin, my wand, the horseshoes of the Zephyr, the tapestry of Torm, the letter from Chryso, holy water, a healing potion, the manual, the Jokma armor. Actually, it would be my other armor because I'm wearing the Jokma armor.
Okay.
Leave
Is
it
it in
in the
your bag of
closed fist.
holding? I assume your armor's in your bag of holding.
Probably.
I'm looking for stuff in your regular backpack.
I don't have them separated.
Okay.
So probably everything but the armor.
Okay. Shivari, you notice the rat go back in. It's got out about 1 day's worth of rations. It comes back out with an envelope.
Okay, she'll get up and go and try and grab it.
Okay, rat's
Using
going to
like
attempt to
mage
run
hand
away.
using mage hand to try and snatch it out of it. It's like presumably weak, like claws.
Okay. Alright, well, mage hand. Okay, so the rat definitely weighs light enough for the mage hand to pick it up if it can get to it. So what I want you to do is make a spellcasting ability check against the rat's. I say acrobatics or athletics as if it's a grapple check, but it's a rat. It does not have these skills. It's going to try its best. 8. Okay, hang on. Let's see how this goes. The party, defeater of dragons and false hydras, loser to rats. Okay. The rat begins to run away. You send the mage hand after it, floating. It goes for a grab. The rat begins to begins to serpentine, going forwards and backwards. It tied with you, so you can either grab the rat or the letter. At this point, you see more rats beginning to move over to the commotion and the food that has become exposed.
The letter, she'll have the mage hand just kind of snatch it up and lift it into the air.
You snatch the letter. The rat attempts to jump at it, sees you looming over it now, and scarpers off into the woods. The food from Tartra's bag just lays in a neat pile. The other rats, seeing this is probably not worth it, move away as well.
She'll go over and take the rations and kind of like walk out a little way from the camp and kind of leave it out for the rats, and then use mending to fix the little hole in the bag.
Okay, you scatter the rations out for the rats. You make your way back to camp. Mending takes a minute to cast it. You look out across the you look out for the rest of it. Make one more perception check for your watch. You should have advantage because by this point Kaizan would have finished his trance and will wake up for the last bit. So either Kaizan can do, you can either do one each, or you have advantage. Advantage it is. 19. Okay. Kaizan, you wake up as well, so you would see this as you wake up in the morning, help Shivari keep a lookout. And Shivari, as you explain what you saw throughout the night, you look up to where you left the rations. You see a faint red glow that fades and disappears.
Huh. Weird.
What was that?
I don't know, to be honest. There was rats around, more than usual, and they seemed rather intelligent. They were trying to take some stuff, some food. So I kind of, got them away from the camp and left a little bit of food out there for them. And then there was a flash of red, it was?
Yeah, that red glow. I don't think it's anything like I've ever seen before, but maybe these woods are strange, infested with some magics or some sort.
It is definitely the rats were definitely acting more intelligent than you would think for a wild rat.
Maybe they're being controlled by something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Would not surprise me. I guess we'll just keep a watch on if we see anything like that again.
Alright. Keep diligent watch out for rats.
And red glowy stuff.
That dope.
Alrighty. The rest of the watch goes uneventful. As the morning comes around, Leonhart, Satra, you would awaken to the early morning dew.
Well, I guess enough time was wasted. We should definitely check on this nearby town and measure the damage that our dear ride has inflicted on him.
Something I was thinking about just before I went to bed. Do any of us speak Orcish?
Not me.
I'm learning it, but by no means do I speak it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Well-
Me neither.
You give me 10 minutes, I can understand it, and then I can talk to them in their minds, but I don't know if they would like that.
Well, hopefully
Understanding
most
is
of
good.
common. Do I have tongues yet? I could prepare that this morning.
You do. You pray for your spells in the morning. So if you have it, it's a 4th level spell.
It's a 3rd level spell.
Ah,
Okay, I'll take that.
okay. You take
Which
tongues.
means... So what do we want to get rid of? Probably remove curse. We don't need to remove any curses.
Well, we're not that far into Drachma, and we are obviously not orcs, so hopefully they all speak common, or at least somebody does.
I assume we can get by with not speaking Orcish.
Well, I'll take it just in case.
Alrighty. So, Osada prepares spells for the morning. Is there anything else anyone would like to do early morning? Other than eat breakfast, obviously take off 1 day of rations.
Mm-hmm.
I would attempt to hunt during the morning.
Roll survival.
What do we need? I don't know.
Ooh. 12.
Alright, 12.
Okay. You find crumbs of what looks like maybe a day's worth of rations out in the woods.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know how that got there. That's very strange.
You were also able to find what looks like what may have at some point been a fox. Most of the flesh has been eaten off the body.
Ugh.
Okay. Okay. Are there any are there any teeth marks in like the bones of the fox? Anything that'll give me an
Roll
indication as to the
and-
size of the creature?
Investigation on survival.
Okay.
How far away from the town are we?
I believe he dropped you like maybe an hour, 2 hours. I think an hour.
Okay.
I said it, but I said last time.
26.
26. There are lots of teeth marks, and they are very small.
Hmm.
With that high of a roll, you could probably
Rat
put.
sized.
Yeah, you could. It looks pretty good. You could definitely see the more prominent bite marks from the front teeth.
A monk. Okay. I'll go back to camp and relay the findings of. So I was out hunting, and there was a corpse of a fox, and it had a lot of little bite marks, like there was a swarm of rats that attacked and ate it, or something. So, yeah, we saw a few rats last night, and apparently they are very abundant here.
Ugh.
And organized enough to all attack a creature at once, almost like they're sort of like hive-minded or something.
They did seem rather intelligent for wild rat.
Can creatures in this part of the land just be less intelligent and behave like they were supposed to be?
I'm with you. Steria is fine. The foxes eat the rats, and I think owls eat foxes, and all of them, most of the time, usually just leave men alone, and men leave them alone. But no, here it's like no, there's nothing unless it's spiders, and then the spiders are the size of dinner plates or larger, and I'll be glad when we're home.
I'll take rats over spiders at least.
That's fair.
Guys,
Yeah,
and this
probably true.
The fox does have enough meat if you want to, enough meat left for a very thin extra bit of protein for breakfast if you want to.
Nah, I ain't messing with
Okay.
that. It may be diseased or something.
Okay.
Sorry, we have a paladin.
True. we
The,
do,
the
actually.
paladin taste test. Alrighty. So, with that, is there anything else anyone wants to do?
I'm good, thank you.
Just
Leonard would
have
like
them
to-
eat rations.
To open his notes, both mental and written notes, and
Okay.
he would like to reminisce about the instructions as to where they were supposed to find the undercover agents and if Homeland Security had given them any clues as to what they might wear or other.
Okay. Well, if you have you written it down?
Nope.
Leonhardt can roll a history check at disadvantage.
Good. History check, disadvantage. I'll take that.
10.
10.
Okay. The one thing you remember, I don't have. Where's the rain and where's the name? I don't think you were given a name actually, were you?
No, we weren't given a name.
Just slip it to your agent.
I think they just said outskirts of Ina, and that's
it's
it.
The outskirts of Ina. Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's all you were. That's all you were
Okay.
told, really.
Good.
Okay.
So they should be nearby, and he relays that information once again to his companions and says, "Keep an eye out, folks. We could be finding the intended contacts anywhere here. We were just given the information that they should be here in the outskirts of Ina, but we do not know where, and we do not know what they look like."
That's super helpful. What if it
Indeed.
died in the dragon attack?
That is as sad as it makes me to admit it. It could very well be a possibility, yeah.
All right. So you're gonna mount up and head out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. You pitch up the cart. Yeah, and with a retribution, and roll on out. So, driving and perceptions from our people, please. Driving from Sartre. Perception from whoever wants to.
Yeah, 21 perception.
That's pretty perceptive.
It's good.
And driving check.
What were we doing again? Animal handling?
It was animal handling or dexterity, I think.
Sorry, my thing is doing this weird thing where whenever I move my mouse or scroll, it changes the size of the window I'm in.
Ah, that sounds like sticky keys, maybe.
Are you
I don't know.
implying that I ate at my computer?
I was not. Okay. So, the journey is bumpy and
Oof.
very bumpy. Kaizen sees all the bumps coming. Kaizen pointing
After
up.
like the third bump, it's like, hey, watch, there's one there. Ow. Okay.
What? Oh, sorry. I'll be. Oh, right. And God.
Sartre, roll me a percentile. Roll me a D100.
I will as soon as my roll 20 stops acting a fool.
Aye,
Every
aye.
time I click roll 20 to try and get the game back because I reset it, it opens a new window.
Ah.
Our cart about to break.
Okay, there we go. It's okay, team, we're getting him out of the way.
That's 2 natural ones in the first 10 rolls of the session. 85. Okay. you get pretty far into your hour's journey before you hear a crunk as the cart tilts to one side. As you all look over the side, you notice your wheel is now in the shrubbery. You can, however, see through the trees at this point from where you are. You can see Ina from here. Your cart, however, is going to need some repairs.
Are any of us good at repairing?
I mean, I can do minor mending, but I don't know if I can mend an entire cartwheel like that.
Well, you just mend where the wheel broke off, maybe, and maybe that would work.
It does look like just the axle has sheared, so in theory you could try and mend it.
She'll try to do that and
Okay.
ask for some assistance from the stronger group.
Yep, someone's going to have to hold up the cart.
You got it.
Alright,
It's like a whole
roll
skill challenge.
roll athletics to hold up the cart. And you have to hold this for 1 minute. Okay, so for 1 minute, we will say 3 rolls. 1 every 10 seconds.
Okay.
Wait, is that max?
Kaizen,
That's not right.
No, it's not, is it? 1 every 20 seconds. Guys, and Will.
Kaizen will just try to keep the wheel like in place
Okay.
dexterously to try to make it easier to repair.
Nice. What's Leonhardt doing while this is happening? Sitting in the cart, making it heavier for Satra.
Leonard is just
Get the fuck off! Get off the cart!
yeah, Leonard is just hopping off and does a very overdone, you know, like like a barrel roll or something.
Just a really exaggerated disembark.
Exaggerated, like a theater actor. Yeah.
That's really impressive. I can't imagine anything else you could be doing that would help.
What do you want to do for the rest of the minute, Leonhardt?
He's just
Stretch.
observing this spectacle.
Oh my god!
Okay, Leonhardt takes on a management position. Sartre holds up the cart and is able to hold it up for the full minute. Kaizen holds the wheel in place, and Shivari, over the course of a minute, repairs the axle of the cart. The wheel is reattached.
Yeah, we're doing great today. We've bested the rats, we've repaired our cartwheel. We're just on a roll.
Alright. Yeah, you feel the wheel is attached?
That should fix it, sort of. Might want to get it checked when we're in town.
I'm gonna let Retribution like walk a couple of steps before anybody gets back on to see if make sure it doesn't just like pop off.
The wheel, as Retribution walks forward, turns and begins to roll like a regular wheel would.
Hey!
Alright.
Alright, Tina.
Okay. You guys get
To
back in the
Ina.
cart and travel the 50 meters to Ina.
While we're doing the last bit of traveling, Shivari will take 10 minutes to ritually cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. Common languages up for 10 minutes, I believe.
Last an hour.
Dope. Feels good. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, more than 50 meters. Okay. As you approach, you realize you have arrived at as you were dropped in the forest, you have arrived at a walled side of Ina. You are not at an entrance side. You see a large wooden wall built for defense. This is one of the frontline cities of Jokma proper. With defensible positions, you can see there's arrow slits. You do see a couple eyes poke out at this griffin-led group of very strangely dressed and looking people. 2 tieflings, a wood elf, and a human rolling out of the woods with a griffin. Only one of them
Maybe it's
actually dressed in Jokma armor.
Should I change Retribution back into a horse?
Into a horse?
No, I said should I. That was
Ah.
to the group.
It would be less conspicuous, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think they've already seen it
Yeah.
now.
A little bit late for that, I suppose.
Next time.
Yeah, next time, next time.
Lena, what were you going to say?
No, it's all good. All good.
Okay. Alright, you see the eyes follow you as you come up to the wall. Would you want to go around, or...?
Wait, Kaizen wants to whisper to everybody and say, what were our fake names again?
I have
Uh,
never concealed my identity.
Yeah, I made you papers.
Oh, right. I look at my paper and what's on it. I don't think I...
Luckily for you guys, I wrote this down.
Oh, you're nuts.
Yeah, it's not my responsibility. If this stuff goes missing, then it goes missing in game.
All right. So I and Commander Captain Luther Ironheart. Leonhard, you are my sergeant, second in command. Finn Coxbane. Shivari, you just use your real name. And you're the Archmage, though. And Kaizen, you are Rikama Planestrider, and you are a simple private, as per your request.
Okay, thank you. And you were what again? Sato?
I am Luther Ironheart. I can post this in the chat for
Luther
everybody.
Ironheart. Okay, thank you.
I'd
Naming
recommend
yourself after your brother that you so adore.
If I told you why, I'd have to kill you.
Alright, so, what are you doing? You're coming up to the wall right now. What do you want to do?
Does anybody know any Orcus greetings?
Again, you're not coming up to a gate, you are literally coming up to a defensible wall with archers
Go-
and ballistas on the top of it.
Let's turn left
Okay.
towards
You
the door.
You begin to move around the outside of the city, the walled city of Ina. As you do move around, you can hear the sound of bells still going off again. Still playing. They've been on and off this entire time. As you do begin to turn the corners, though, as you do begin to approach the corner to arrive on the west-faring side of Ina, you do also hear what appear to be the sounds of battle happening up ahead.
Maybe we'll get
Sounds
lucky and they're busy.
Does this sound like a small skirmish or like a how many is it like a smaller altercation or a big skirmish?
You can hear the sounds of a lot of metal on metal, followed by a loud crunch as part of the stone part of the wall. As you're approaching this main entrance side, you hear what sounds like very heavy stone on stone. Shivari, you're not arranged to hear yells yet, but you can hear voices. They're just too far away to really be comprehensible at the moment.
Okay. Should we be worried about that? Should we help them? Should
Best not to
there
get
quicker?
involved into any bigger, I would say our mission has top priority, and we should definitely find a way to maybe contact the undercover agents if we get lost in translation here and get involved into affairs we do not want to get involved in. We do not even speak their main language, and furthermore have to also act in our new personas. All very risky.
It may look suspicious if we show up seemingly from Jogma army and don't help them if they need it, but could just try to avoid it. Feign ignorance.
Indeed.
I mean, we can go in there and say that we were... no, it's too early to say we were sent for help.
Perhaps we can find out what the current state in town is, what the level of alarm is, where the level of alert is, and which problems they're currently plagued by.
It's at this point you guys are approaching the corner. Would you like to stop or turn it immediately?
We could disguise two of us. No, they saw us coming. That won't work.
You're also beginning to hear the sounds of running up on the wooden side of the wall. People running in the direction of this commotion.
There are people that for sure see us from the walls.
There were. You're hearing the sound of people
Um.
running away. You're not sure if there are any left, but a lot of them are moving to the west-facing side.
Part of me wants to just try to avoid this whole thing, but I'll wait till it's over or something. But what do the rest of us want to do?
We can just go chill in the woods until we hear the sounds of battle die down.
Yeah. If this was home, of course, it would be a different story. However,
Of
here,
course.
as much as it pains me to admit it, not drawing any attention might be the best course of action for now.
Though if we do help them, they might be less suspicious of us. Might make our
Mm.
lives a little bit easier.
Well, perhaps we can move to the scene of commotion or the source of commotion and determine if we can just choose not to get involved or if we actually have to do something.
We could just help civilians, right? I mean, surely we can all agree that even Jacma civilians don't deserve to be murdered or whatever is happening in there.
Depends.
Well, let's assume let's use an approach that when I was a recruit at Homeland Security, knew to execute very well. Let's approach with false interest. We're just gonna try not to look busy, but just busy enough not to be, not to be called out.
Like we are going over our own task.
Yeah,
We have our own matters. Okay.
exactly. Look busy, pretend to be busy.
Oh, but not actually be. Wait a minute. You learned that in home security?
Of
I
course,
give
all that
Leonhardt the
behavior-
stink eye. Just
all that behavior changed, of course, as soon as I got the responsibility that I deserved.
Of course, of course.
of course.
Okay, so you turn in the corner, or are you going to have a look around, or climb the wall? What's your plan?
Well, let's go in through the main gate. That's my my suggestion. Anybody have anything else? I really don't want to climb the wall with the cart. It seems kind of heavy.
Yeah. If there's somebody to open it, I'm sure they would be less willing to open it when there's battle going on inside. You could try to go around if no one opens it.
I mean,
Okay.
technically, we can just float over the wall, but they might not like that.
That's a lot
Yeah.
better than my idea of burning the wall down.
That's
Oh.
a little bit excessive.
Welcome to Jacma!
I think we should just see what's going on and then decide from there.
Okay. We will turn the corner.
Okay, you turn the corner. The sight that befalls you is still quite far away, but you immediately see what appears to be what used to be the front gate. It
Huh.
currently lies on the floor, as a large part of the wall has also been taken out. You also see several shapes of bronze and gold, one flying through the air, sending arrows down into the walled city with very angular shapes, as from a distance this scene befalls you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
The bells ring, you see smoke beginning to rise from inside the city as something is very on fire.
The roof.
The roof The roof is on fire. You
Weirdest
can also
looking
see there
dragon
are
I've
some
ever
very
seen.
clear signs of very severe fire damage on the outer wall as well. Even the stone wall, you can see a couple of the stones have almost been melted. But right now, a battle between Modrons. You can see a couple square Modrons flying through the air, sending arrows down into the city, which you don't have a full view of. You see a very familiar 5-tentacled creature, and standing on tall, spindly legs, currently straddling the wall, a familiar, large-eyed with multiple eyes. Large-bodied creature with multiple eyes around the outside, with long, spindly legs. Currently, with one of these tentacled legs reaching out, and you see the Pentatron that you have seen many times before being repaired and rebooted. What do you want to do?
So we're definitely going to help now, right? Like we're kind of have to deal with the Modrons.
When Kaizen will say like, yeah, we should help, and then say like kind of under his breath after so nobody can hear. When enemies fight enemies, do we just kill them all, or I suppose we'll see.
Okay. So, you guys moving up any faster, or just riding your way up right now?
Yeah, Kaizen will probably hop out of the cart and
Casual.
start like jog running towards with his bow in hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna start unshackling Retribution.
Okay, you begin unshackling Retribution to bring him into the fight. As you guys are beginning to make your way up towards this combat, you see what appears to be a large cloud of what appeared to at one point have been a monodrone and now is in its disintegration phase, just poofs over the wall. As one thing is killed, you also hear a loud thwoomph from inside, and a large fireball explodes inside the walls. You don't get a full view of what's going on in here, but it does sound like they are pulling out a lot of the stops to deal with this.
Okay. If at the start when we're running towards it, if there's any Modrons that are within like 600 feet, within
Yes,
vision, then
this
Kaizen would start taking shots and
this
running for it.
quadrone would absolutely be within that range, and the pentadrone would be next. Decaton as well. So, in order, probably the quadrone, then Decaton, then the pentadrone.
Alright, just start firing shots at the Decaton.
Okay, so you're just
If
gonna
I'm,
run
like,
straight up
really
and take shots as everyone begins to make their way towards this. Kaizen would arrive in range first, so Kaizen's gonna get 2 rounds of shots. Actually, no, Shivari would be able to get in range pretty quickly too. So people who have range, Kaizen would definitely be first. So Kaizen, you get 1 round before anyone else is able to catch up.
Alright.
So blast that Decaton.
I'd Hunter's Mark it first.
What's the range on Hunter's Mark?
Oh, just kidding. Never mind. Let me check actually, because I don't know.
I'm pretty
it's
sure it
90
is not
feet.
600 feet.
No, it's not. It's 90. Yeah. Take some shots here. Okay,
Oof, the
natural
first
one.
arrow.
One today.
Yep, the first arrow
Alright,
crashes into the wall.
27.
The second one smashes into the Decaton, doing a large chunk of damage. Its
15.
attention is drawn over to you. 15 points on the first hit. And you don't have third
then-
attack, do you?
No. No.
Okay. Alrighty. So you blast away at it. You begin to make your way up. Shivari, Thatrali, and Hart. You'd now be within 600 feet of it. Do any of you have anything that would reach?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna hop on Retribution and start flying.
Okay, you're going to make it there.
I can take one of you guys who wants to come for a ride.
Shivari will
Let's go
go.
for a
Yeah, Leonhard
ride.
offers Shavati
Yeah.
the seat.
Shivari will go. Since she
Okay.
has ranged attacks.
Alrighty,
Mhm.
so you two take to the sky and begin powering your way forward pretty quickly. Alright, Kaizen, 1 more volley, and then by that point, Shivari will be in range. Okay, you'll be within 120 feet.
Cool. Alright.
I know you guys are basically moving at 100 feet per round with this description, but fuck, jeez, dude!
Alright.
The hell?
Okay, if Kaizen is dropping all those points, I
19.
think we're doomed today.
19 hits.
This might be the wipe.
Another 14 points of damage. It
Plus Colossus Slayer.
plus
22.
Colossus Slayer. True, another 8 points of damage on top of that. Immediately upon taking that damage, the Decaton begins to animate itself, seeing that reinforcements have come in. It immediately vanishes, teleports, stepping through a
Oh
large
my
purple
God.
door, leaving the rest of its squad to probably die.
Yo, fuck this guy.
Alrighty. Getting absolutely blasted in one round with 2 nat ones. It decides it ain't worth. Okay. Javari, Satra, you are now within 120 feet. Leonhardt as well. Leonhardt, you will be there next turn, as you are
Yep.
running on foot.
I would just throw Eldritch Blasts at the nearest target.
Okay. Pew pew. Okay, that would be the quad drone. Blast it.
That's right.
15. Very easily. Wait, hang on. Does it? I'm pretty sure it hits. They're pretty trash. No, it doesn't.
Oh. God.
15 minutes.
Another one.
Another one. That hits and chunks it. It's still up, but it reels and turns around at bow and arrow in hand.
And another one.
It's alive.
Ooh. Oh, goodness.
Very barely. Do you want to knock it back 10 feet?
No.
Okay. Alrighty, Satra, anything 120 feet?
Cheer for my friend.
Okay. Alrighty. So you're making your way in. I will say at this point, because Kaizen's still off first, and to give Leonhardt something to do, by this round, you are all here. And let me
Oof.
put... There we go. Fire and Retribution. Okay, so you've made it to here. So, yes, you are at this point. Right now, the only one you can really see is the quad drone, as you are coming through the woods. So, with no initiative at the moment, there's just a lot of stuff to clean up, so just as and when you want to do stuff. Who wants to do what?
Take
Um,
a couple.
Okay, let's start with Kaizen there. What did you say?
Take a couple shots or move around a little bit over here. Take a couple shots at the penta drone.
Okay, shots.
Have you already rolled initiative, by the way? Or...
We are not initiativing. This is as and when you want to do something.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there is a larger fight than you can see happening right now, so this is just clearing up the immediate vicinity as fast as you can.
Okay.
We'll Hunter's Market first.
It is also wounded.
Okay. Yeah, Hunter's Market and then take a couple shots.
Okay. 24 hits. As if I need to say that. 15 plus 3 plus 7.
Right,
That is
25
25
first
points of damage. It is alive, but barely.
28.
I think it has 1 hit point.
Alright,
Plus Hunter's Mark. There it
Hunter's Mark,
goes. The Pentatron disintegrates into dust.
Alright, we'll just keep moving. How high up is this little, like, incline here?
5 feet.
Oh, 5 feet? Okay.
It's meant
keep
to knock
walking
carts
towards
off
this.
more than anything else.
Cool.
Just defensible
Alright.
position.
It's end of turn here.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm gonna cast Death Ward on Shivari.
Okay.
Get that 4th level spell out the way.
Getting it done. Shibari, you are now protected from death for 8 hours.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
That's your action. Bonus.
I will ready one of my smites. Which one do I want? We'll do a Thunderous Smite since that's the one that I prepared.
Okay, you cast Thunderous Smite. Okay. That leaves Leonhard and Shivari. Who wants to do what?
Well, Leonard would just like to get closer into the thick of things.
Okay, so obviously you have to come in through here.
Yeah. So he will just move on max distance. He will sprint. So that
Okay.
would be 60 feet, right? Yeah.
Yep, 60 feet for you.
Let's see, that's 30.
Climbing up the ledge is an extra 5 feet.
Did we already move for this, or do we still have movement?
Your
If we had
movement was to get to here.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, no, it isn't. No, it isn't, because guys have moved, so yes. Go,
Okay,
go.
so
You
can I
as
move
well.
us, like, next to this one over here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, it's to there. You can see in through there. Alright. And Sartre moves right to there. Okay. The one quad drone who's paying attention to you guys right now is going to turn around as Sartre, Retribution, and Shivari arrive. You wanted to be directly next to it?
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if I could. So like I guess it's hard with the way the thing.
Well, no,
is.
that's
I
fine.
guess
That's
it could be
fine.
Right there.
Directly, I just wanted to ask if that's where you were because
Yes.
it's deciding what it wants to do. Okay, well, it's going to attempt to make 4 short bows. They will all be at disadvantage. 5. These are against Retribution because he's the biggest target.
I'll take them.
Okay, well, 5 to hit,
Nope.
11 to hit,
Nope.
16 to hit,
Nope.
and 9 to hit.
Nope.
Shoo, 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 shoo. The arrows fly off. The rest of the battle is going on without you. You can now see from your view, Sartre, Shivari, and Leonhardt, you can see that the defense, they're holding their own pretty well. You see a large helmeted person burst through the barricade that currently has arrows embedded in it, lifts his war axe, slices up through the monodrone in front of it, and then steps to the side, and with the same swing, it slays the second one in front of it as well. One over here, which has a large sharpened spear with a blade on the end. I can't remember what they're called. Turns around and again slices through 2 enemies in its path, as if they were nothing. The less large one than the others moves forward and slightly quicker than the rest of them is again going to slice and dice 2 enemies, 1 each side. As you can now see the battle going on. Alrighty, so back to you guys. No, not halberd, not long. It's more spear-sized. So yeah, back to you guys. Who wants what?
Guys
stab
down,
these-
start running forward.
Start running forward. Charge, charge, charge. Kaizen runs.
Yeah, just get to there, I guess, and can't really see anything from here.
You cannot. Actually, no, well, the gate's gone. You'll be able to see this duodrone.
Oh, okay.
There was a gate underneath where this used to be.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess check a couple shots, whatever you can see.
Alright. Cue the duodrone. I guess you'll be able to see the tridrone as well, so up to you which one you're aiming at.
Okay, the Tridrone, I guess.
Tridrone! Okay, you're gonna hit it no matter what, because there is no Modron alive who has an AC of 25.
We'll also swap Hunter's Mark now.
Okay, you don't need to swap it to this one, because it is also wounded, so if you want to use Colossus Slayer, you
yeah.
will kill it.
Sure.
Because it has no... Yep, it's dead. Alright, you
Nice.
kill the Tridrone in 1 hit,
Alright,
and Hunter's
swap.
Mark the duodrone.
Yep.
26
to hit,
hits.
And...
And Hunter's Mark secures the kill. That one's dead too.
Alright, end of turn.
Alright, that's Kaizen. Who's next? You said you wanted to do some stabbing Satra, or I guess hammering in your
Yes,
case?
please. Yeah.
Alright. Also, I'm saying your name more American now. Satra.
Satra.
Satra. I'm Satra of home.
Ooh, I hate it. Oh, it's smaller than us, so.
It is. Smaller and
Avant-garde.
significantly weaker. That will kill it.
Okay, good. I don't even need to roll a 1.
It had 4 hit points. Yep, easy kill. And I'll let you hold on to your smite.
Thank you. And then we'll go over here and just start second attack
All right.
on this monodrone.
Swing and a murder, probably, because they're monodrones. You guys are clearing like wheat. Let's see.
Ooh,
that
another
attack.
1.
It's not appeared on my side yet. There it is. 5 points of damage. It's dead.
What? Really?
Monodrones are 5 hit points.
I think I might have been over presumptuous using that death ward.
It'll say towers. You never know what else might be in here.
Sure.
That's me.
Okay. Shivari Leonhardt.
I would just start blasting.
Start blasting. So anyway,
she'll hit
I start
that
blasting.
one.
Try drone. Pew 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 pew. 30 hits. 6 points
Still
of
up?
damage. Yep.
Okay,
You
nice
can tell
attack.
the more sides they have, the stronger they seem to be. Still alive.
And then the last one.
It's dead.
Yay!
Drydorn's gone. Disintegrates into dust. I choose when to strike my fear. These are moderns. The little ones are not that big of a threat. Alrighty. And Leonhardt.
So Leonhardt is all amped up. You know, he's ready to slay some Modrons, but just when he was trying to charge the first Modron, Kaizen just takes down 2. He's like, oh shit. Then you just go for the next one. You know, Satra and Shivari are already blasting these things to pieces to dust, and he's like, okay. Oh, just God damn it, and he charges at the
Okay, you charge at the Duodrone.
yeah, the Duodrone, and that was not the target he wanted to face, but whatever. He's gonna now actually less amped up and more bored. He just gives it a casual swing.
Casual swing. Sounds like an album. 12 is a miss. Too casual.
Yeah. You can see he's not really into it. You
Eleven's a
can
miss.
see it. Third
What's up
attack
with dice?
though.
Always reflective of Leonhardt's like.
I
overall
know. What the
mood.
hell?
Yeah, actually,
13.
yeah.
Except for the one time he did actually want to be tied up, and they would not let him. Yeah. All 3 miss. You move in and you swing at this creature. You don't hit it as it moves around. It's moving away from you as you take the swings. It turns around, hearing your original battle cry, sees you swing and miss at it. It shows no emotion, being a robot. But it does raise its
Leonhard
spear.
just sighs and says, whatever.
Well, it's its turn now. You've got its attention. It is going to make 2 javelin attacks against you.
I give Leonhardt like an encouraging thumbs up from our position in the sky. You're doing great!
Talking's a free action, and you know what? So's a thumbs up. 21 to hit Leonhardt.
That hits.
4 points of piercing damage,
Oh, why couldn't you be on the other side?
and a 10 to hit.
No.
Nah, we'll miss then. Okay. The rest of them, they do start wailing in. This monodrone is going to make a poor life choice and is going to attempt to avenge its smaller comrades by making its way to Retribution and standing next to this orc in the meantime. 6 to hit.
To hit retribution?
Yes.
No, absolutely not.
The quad drone. Seeing all this happening, it is going to send out an arrow at Kai. It's going to send out 4 arrows at Kaizen.
Sure.
Seeing that reinforcements have arrived. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
7 points of piercing.
Okay.
9 to hit.
No.
16 to hit.
No.
And 17 to hit.
No.
Okay, so just the 7, sorry. That's the quad drone. Monodrone is going to attempt to attack the orc and will not succeed. And that's the last of the Modrons. Back to you guys. Finish them off. Oh wait, sorry, the orcs. The orcs, yep, this one's just absolutely effed. Monodrone is destroyed. As is this one. They missed the quad drone with hand axes. as several hand axes, Zul Jin style, just disappear over the wall, completely missing the quadrone.
When you throw the cleave and it goes around your enemy.
Exactly. It just stands in the middle both times as both axes come past twice. And okay, now back to you guys. Who's first?
And just like waits, like Leonhardt's, swinging casually, and just
Yeah,
kind of like giving Leonhardt the opportunity. Just
Yeah,
waiting a little
Leonhardt,
bit.
you're in melee if you wanna go first.
Okay.
Have a go.
Yeah, Leonhard is still a little disappointed, especially because he wanted to finally settle a score with the
Decadent.
Decadent. Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, there we go.
18 hits.
Yay!
It survives. Very barely. Miss. And you killed it.
Fuck.
It
That was about
finally
time.
falls. It made you draw your own blood. It made you bleed your own blood. And you finish it off with the final swing. Which just leaves the one quadrone who just sent an arrow into Kaizen. Who wants it?
I will shoot some Eldritch Blast at it since
Okay.
it's furthest away from everyone else.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. Oh,
It lives, but that's a lot of damage. It's definitely weakened.
excellent.
That's her. It's still alive.
And, the
And last one. You miss.
Oof.
Take a shot.
Take the shot. It doesn't. You physically can't not roll enough damage to kill this thing. You blast it in the last one. It was on its last legs as eldritch beams of crackling energy smash into it. As it begins to flap its wings, looking like it might want to leave. Boosh! Single arrow disintegrates it in a single hit as it falls into dust like the rest. The bells are still ringing in the background. The house is still on fire, and the orcs begin to turn around and go to deal with this, leaving one of them to turn around and look to you. Strangers, what are you doing here? We appreciate the help, but stay your business. The city's under lockdown.
Do you say that in
I-
common?
He says it in common, seeing none of you are orcs. He starts in common. He looks at you, see his
Yeah.
eyes drift across you all, and they freeze on Leonhardt, and then move on and freeze on Sartre.
I was gonna look really indignant and be like, I thought the Jacquemar Empire would be more receptive to their own blood. We came and helped where we could when we heard the commotion, and frankly, I'm just a little disappointed at the welcome we've received.
He looks up at you. He looks you up and down. Looks to the rest of you, and just looks back to the other orcs working with the fire. Ah, yes, our own. Come, these people they can take care of the fire. You should all come with me, so we can debrief you. He
I'm
looks
gonna
at.
insight check this guy.
Sure.
I'm gonna turn to Shivari and be like, this is sketchy as hell, right?
She'll just nod.
Kaizen's retrieving his arrows the whole time.
Yep, you get half back. 24.
Leonhard, so while Satra and the orc are talking to one another, he would like to spend his time closely observing the orc's every move.
This orc?
Yeah, the one that
one
was
going to?
talking to us.
Okay.
And use know your enemy.
Know your enemy. Ooh. What's that do?
So I need to fixate at least 1 minute observing
I'll say you've done
a
that.
character or an NPC. And then I can learn up until 2 characteristics and ask you for.
DM
Or
tells
ask you if they are
equal to,
greater,
superior, or
equal-
inferior to any of those abilities. All right. So, what do you choose?
I would like to know.
Just tell me what your number is as well for whatever you are choosing.
Yeah. So I would like to know total class level, if any.
Okay. It has a total class level of 5.
Okay. And strength score.
17. I shouldn't
Okay.
have told you the number. I should have told you if it's
You
equal
could
to
have
or
just
less.
said inferior.
Yeah, I forgot. I did. This is why I asked you to say your number, but I forgot. So my bad.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It would have been so superior strength, lower
And
level.
5 class levels.
Okay.
Okay. Insight check. Zatra, this person is lying, and they clearly want to get you out of here as fast as possible. You also,
lying
with that
first.
roll, he is really trying not to stare at you and looks fucking incredulous. And is really trying his best to hide it.
He's lying, Shari. I don't want to go with him.
What if he's the scout?
Okay. First.
Oh,
He
shit!
leans forward, and you said this right in front of him. First. Fake. Anyone fake names? Come with me. Jesus Christ. Helm, damn it. Let's go.
Mm.
He turns around and he turns around and begins walking off into the village, into the city. Yes,
I mean, we're whispering from a distance.
debrief the returning soldiers. Yes.
I can't believe that went right over my head. I was so high in the air.
Jeez. All right, following.
Okay. You all following?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you guys are led through the city. You can see that this is the outskirts of the city. You can see a larger wall on the inside. You can see a couple actually separately walled bits. This city, which Leonhardt and Sartre you would definitely know, was built as a. It's not the most defended city, but it's definitely one of the. Has a notorious reputation for being the most annoying to siege, because unlike most cities, where it is wall of a city, and then maybe an inner wall, it is walled city, walled section, walled section, walled section, walled section. So anytime a section falls, they just move to another and hit, and moving between them gets you shot from 4 fortified positions at once. It sucks to siege this place. You guys are led through the city. You led through the lower part of the city still around the outskirts as much as possible. You can see that a good chunk of it was very recently on fire. You do see a couple orcs, hobgoblins, goblins out on the street where homes used to be now sit. Blackened wooden skeletons of the original structures of the homes. So you are led into a house right next to the wall. It was spared the majority of the fire. And they duck inside and just come on, looks at Retribution. Oh, you gotta be kidding! Can it wait round the back?
That
Jester's
is
behind the
acceptable,
house.
yes.
Let Jester's in through the door.
Greetings.
Did you make your way in through the door?
Yeah.
Okay. You all step inside. As you turn around and give a greetings, the orc turns to you as a magical illusion drops, and you see a very gruff-looking human, large scar across the cheek going down to the chin, several scars on the arms, very buff-looking, but also looking quite nimble. You can see a dagger hidden underneath the illusion, strapped to their leg, still holding the large axe that they wielded as the orc form, and just turns to you and goes, "Greetings yourself. Forgive my ignorance, Your Majesty, but what the fuck?
Do I recognize this guy?
Nope.
Okay.
I was told I'd be receiving a supply drop for our mission, and what do I get? My cover nearly blown by the Prince of Home and
Surprise!
Sir Leonhard von fucking Griever showing up and just
No,
waltzing
I
in here without a fucking disguise. You fucking kidding me?
I tried to get him to put the Jacquemus plate on. He told me it stinks.
You are
we
a
have
white
common
tiefling
names.
with horns.
Yeah, but I have papers.
Oh,
Maybe
oh,
I'm-
good papers. That'll solve the problems.
It did in Chryso.
Ugh. I'm sorry, we haven't met. It looks at Shivari. I said, my name is Heston. An agent for Home, and you are.
I'm Rikama.
Shivari.
Nice to meet you. Are any of those fake names?
Maybe.
Well, that's a
Would you
start.
like to know?
I
You
Looks-
want
looks
us to
to
do our
Leonhard.
war papers? We forged them ourselves.
Really? This I gotta see. Yes, absolutely. I want to see these.
I will hand him our war papers
Okay,
that we got in Chryso.
What was his name again? The human?
Heston.
Heston. Okay.
Yes. Okay. First, looks to Kaizen. This is the best one by far. Rule number
I
one
forged
of
all of them.
Rule number one of going undercover tosses them back to you. Don't put yourself in a high rank. People recognize their superiors.
You got me there.
Ah. Do you have the supplies, or did they get lost on the way with your common sense?
I understand that you are
Leonhard
doing
grabs the bag of
home
holding, and
a
he
great
just-
service, but you will treat me with respect, Sir Heston, was it?
I'll treat you with respect in your kingdom. Right now, I'm on a mission for the good of that kingdom. I'll do whatever it takes to get that mission done. And if someone comes in and jeopardizes all of our hard work by waltzing in here, thinking they're better than all protocol, then I'm going to talk to you how I damn please. If you want me to execute when I get back, fine. But right now, I've got a job to do. Looks
Sir.
at Leonhard coming into Satra's bag.
Excuse me,
Your
everyone.
Grace, this man
I'm
has
just-
been in Orkland for too long. Please excuse his manners. It
I'm
is
gonna
all
step
but too
outside.
understandable.
You're going to step outside? Okay.
Yep. And go have a
Alright.
royal tantrum.
Okay. Do you leave the bag?
Yep.
Okay, you leave the bag with Leonhard.
Give him the stuff, not the bag, Leonhard.
Very well, sir. And then he turns around to the spy. So Heston, I would like to apologize. Your mission is indeed of great importance, and Home recognizes and understands it. He would then open the bag of holding and think about the supplies for the mission, and hopefully
Okay.
something will come out.
You think about items provided to give to the agent. You pull out what appears to be a large chest with a broken lock on it. Did someone tamper with this?
Well, let's take a look if everything is still inside. If-
No, you don't. This is
Okay.
classified. This is why it's locked. If it was for your eyes, you would have been unlocked. Now, here's the question. Did you look at what's inside?
I did not.
Leonhard didn't. It was Shivari and Satra.
Yeah, looks at Shivari and Kaizen.
I don't know what's in there.
No.
Vari, make a deception check.
That was actually the perfect reaction by Faye too. No.
17.
And did our royal child out there love a look?
Yo, fuck this guy.
Anyone?
Not to my knowledge.
Not that we're aware of, no.
He picks it. He goes to the door and opens it. Hello, for lunch is ready.
You can bring it out here.
So Heston, I shall bring it.
You ask him. If he's looked, it could jeopardize the entire mission. Here's, I don't fucking know, here's some bread. Make it look real.
Yeah, Leonard would take it and then visit Satra outside of the house.
There
Way
are
to do it.
several large hammer-sized dents in the floor.
There are also several goblins currently watching you hammer-sized dent the floor with a very clearly holy weapon.
Get out of here!
They skedaddle.
Your Grace, it would be advised to perhaps keep a low profile. We do not want to attract more eyes than necessary onto us here.
That's a paltry offering.
Indeed. But this is all I can spare, and he hands over the bread. Now, the item that we were supposed to deliver was a chest,
Uh-huh.
and its lock had been unsealed, broken.
Uh-huh.
However, I'm confident that neither of us did succumb to their curiosity and look inside. Is that correct?
Of course not.
I guess this is the first time that Leonhard would like to do an insight check.
Oh, there we go. Well, we already know the correct roll. So, Sartre, if you want to whisper it, you can. If you want to do it publicly, you can. And Leonhard, roll insight.
He's dumb as a bag of hammers.
Oh, you believe Sartre? Why would His Highness
Yeah.
lie?
Yeah, of
Oh
course not.
no!
Of course not, Your Grace. Perhaps it was damaged along the way. Perhaps the officials at Homeland Security did not lock it tight. It didn't look broken, right? It was just open.
The lock was broken.
Okay, the lock was broken.
Yes.
Yeah, perhaps
Sartre
got
hit it
damaged
with a
along the
hammer.
way.
I did do that.
Yeah. Let's just try to not make the situation any dicier than it already is. The man has been in hostile territory for a long time, in some of the worst company that I could possibly come up with or imagine. So,
We trekked all the way from Steria here, fought vampires, spiders, dragons, shadow dragons, the town council of that werewolf town.
that is correct.
Saved
but
him from a bunch of Modrons. And then it's our fault that his cover is bad. Because he can't hide his gaping maw when he is in the presence of magnificence. That's not my problem.
it could become, though. Our mission is so close to being completed. Let's set our gaze on the return to home, and it shall be ever so much more glorious.
Only because we get to go back to home after this.
Yes, sir. And Leonhard would go back inside, gives a final salute to Satra, and then goes back inside.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna have a cigarette.
To mine and the prince's knowledge, neither of us has anything to do with it. So our best guess is that it might have gotten damaged along the way, or that someone was interfering into the mission along the way or before the item was handed over. I never saw this chest before. I was only given the bag.
Has this bag ever left your sight?
It was passed to several party members, yes.
You sure
I do
these
not
people are
know if it
trustworthy?
ever. I would give my life for them in battle. Perhaps we should check the insides, Sir Heston, as to see that the contains are still intact. I do not know what's inside.
Roll a persuasion check.
22.
Pog.
You're right. You're right. If someone's tampered with it, I have to check if it's all there. This never leaves this room.
My lips are sealed.
He kicks the chest open. Inside, you see a load of folded robes and several wooden wands and staves. He begins examining them. He picks up one of the wands and begins turning it over, looking at it very carefully. Places it back, unfolds one of the robes. Leonhardt, you recognize the design of the robe. It is definitely Magical Independence and Liberation Front. In fact, all of you would notice you've seen the robes. He looks across them, checks patterns, refolds it. He keeps glancing up at you all to see if he can gauge a reaction.
Leonhard's face is dead stern.
Roll performance. Well, that's a question. Are you trying to hide any emotions?
No, I
Okay,
mean,
then yeah, don't have to.
Leonhard knows what they are, but he's not shocked or he's not like, oh, he's just very focused on what's about to happen for the mission.
Okay. He places everything back inside, goes to the chest. Despite some incompetence clearly somewhere up the line further than you all. Everything does appear to be here. You've done your job
Good.
in potentially not the worst possible way. Your mission
Take
is
those,
done
we take
here.
those.
Say again, sorry?
I said we take those. Not the worst. We take those.
That's what you-
So Heston, has Ina been attacked by a dragon recently?
yeah.
Did you just ask that?
Yeah, did
Because
you
when
see
we
it?
arrived, there was quite the beast to be seen on the skyline, and we got worried that it might have caught you as well.
It was close, but I'm good at evading things.
Hmm. Did it inflict any casualties to the local Jokma troops?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just a lot. There's a lot of roasted orcs there. It's pretty
Leonhard
great,
gives
honestly.
a wink to Kaizen.
Kaizen can't help but smile when he hears that there's been a lot of them
Yeah.
roasted by Dragonfire.
Most of the civilians have been evacuated. The ones who can afford it into the inner city. Some have been sent to other cities further inland. And well, ones who can't afford either of those options, they're on the street.
Good. Good to know.
Yeah. Honestly, if you have a good way of communicating home,
We do.
the city might be in its weakest point it's ever been in.
What about the surrounding areas? What's the current state of the military strength of Jokma?
Jokma's pulled a couple troops back from here recently. They've been taking them more inland. I don't know anything more than that.
By the way, Leonard would not ask him this, but did he ever show us a badge or something that...
Nope.
Yeah. Leonard would then be, excuse me, Sir Heston, but just a formality. Could you prove that you're indeed a member of Steria Military? just for formalities before I pass on additional information.
He begins to look. He looks around, and you got detect magic.
Leonhard looks to Shivari. Or Kaizen.
Kaizen nods.
Can you see there are any sensors in here right now?
Kaizen will cast detect magic.
Okay. If you want to ritual cast it, he will. If you can ritual cast it.
Nah, just use a
Okay.
spell slot.
All right. You pop detect magic. You look around.
around.
Make a perception check.
Sure. 21.
21. You do not see any sensors. He does not show up at all. You notice a very familiar looking ring on his finger.
Okay.
He moves over to he looks at you questioningly.
It doesn't appear to be anything.
Good. Moves over to a chest of drawers, begins rummaging through, and looks back at you all carefully and releases a false bottom on the drawer and pulls out what appears to be a symbol of home, similar to what your group was given when first doing certain work for Captain Meyer.
Much obliged, Sir Heston. We have received reports that the Jogma Empire is on the verge of launching a campaign against Styria. You've been in the field for a long time. Can you confirm these motives?
I've not heard anything about that. I haven't been pulled back. All I've been told is more troops are needed further inland. That's all I've been told. But to be fair, coast is pretty far away from here.
I see. Well, be on your guard. There seems to be more hostilities between the two kingdoms rising.
Well, it doesn't help that Jokman is needing more and more land these days.
Do you have any personal guess as to where this sudden rise of hostility or this sudden demand for additional land may come from?
Well, yeah, they're getting a lot more refugees coming in recently.
Refugees from where?
Mostly Underdark. But couple from outside as well. I
Has
mean,
anything
inland.
happened in these lands?
Say again, sorry?
Has anything happened there that may have caused these waves of refugees?
Well, they all say that creatures have moved in, have been killing them, creatures with like squid faces. So they've been trying to move. Right now, Inner City 4 has a pretty high Duragar population. They're putting them to work. They work in exchange for sanctuary. It helps to have a workforce that can work through the night instead of working in the day. Get double duties. 100% uptime.
Good. Well, Sir Heston, I think our mission is complete. And if there's nothing else that you would like to share with us on our way back to home, any...
There is. Is home your next destination?
Right up.
Alright. Well, in that case, unless you have a way to communicate it faster, the refugees from the Underdark have included several Snurf Niblin. They have been put to work in creating new and improved weaponry for the Jotma forces. There has been one who's been working here for a while. I've been able to see what he's doing. Again, he's in Inner City 4. If you want to try and find out what they're working on now, might be useful information. If not, stay safe. Buy a disguise, face paint something. A hat.
You're asking for a lot, Sir Heston, and Leonhard just moves his hand through his hair.
At least scruff it up. You look like you came straight from home. It's like you've been in the woods at all.
Well, tell me more about the ongoing weapon research that you were mentioning. Is that
That's what I'm
Being-
saying. I've not been able to see it.
oh,
I'm saying if you want to have a look.
so it's just hearsay?
Well, it's not hearsay. I know that they are using the Sturf Niblin and he's been working on something in exchange for his protection.
In Ina or a different place?
Here, in City City 4. Working on something for deployment for the front line.
Okay. Well, we shall take it into consideration. Leonhard looks to Shivati and Kaizen.
We also have a letter from Song, from the guard. I don't know if you
really?
can take it anywhere, but they needed a shaman to go and help take care of something that could potentially turn really bad for a lot of different people.
This sounds like above. This sounds like useful information. Somme is a territory in neutral lands, technically, but. Well, it would be a shame if this letter found its way to home and not to Jokba, wouldn't it? Be a shame if, in their time of need, it was home that came through for Styria and not Jokba.
It'd also be kind of a bad thing if the creature there became powerful again and then made its way towards homes. Maybe we should just get it to the right people so they can take care of it.
You down in Holmes' defenses?
Against that thing? Yes.
Well,
It
sounds
is
like you've
not a
had dealings
creature
with this
that
thing.
is easily dealt with.
My advice would be Solm is far nearer to Jokma than it is to Teledia, or to Styria, sorry. Teledia, as far as I've been hearing recently, is pretty buggered. This is why they've been pulling people back. They don't think Teledia is as much of a threat. If a threat's going to come, it's going to come from Styria, and spies in the city will, they believe, let them know if an assault comes. That's why this area is less defended now. So I'd say, if there's some kind of creature, they'll probably come to whatever's nearest for food. That'd be it. I have no qualms in leaving if something shows up. You do it.
It's about-
You're strong, independent, incompetent spies. Do what you think's right, but if you're here on a mission from home, I suggest doing what you think's going to strengthen the position of home the best.
There's also a dragon that might be mad if it gets
Excuse me. Oh, is that the
Well-
is that? No, wait.
different
Is this a
dragon,
Different. Oh God, another one.
smaller one, but still dragon.
Why is it mad? Did you?
Well, it asked us to deal with the creature, and we dealt with the bigger one, but there was still one left, and that's what this letter is supposed to help deal with. So,
Ah, that
we
sounds
don't
like a
want to
dragon
piss
problem.
off a dragon, right? I mean,
That sounds
there's
like the
no
dragon's
dragon
problem to me. Look, I'm just here to take these, pats the chest, and get them to where they need to be.
fair enough.
You do what you think's right, for the city of home and the country of Styria.
That is well said, Sir Heston. Now give me verification or a sign of proof that we have successfully delivered the items that you requested so we can be on our way back.
No proof needed. The proof will come
Signature.
into the proof for Styria will come in time.
Good. What is your favorite food?
I've been here so long. All I've had is bread and boar. I could really go for a pheasant.
Good for you, didn't say peacock.
Nah, too stringy. I'm kidding, I've never eaten a peacock.
If you make it back to home, Sir Heston, pheasant and wine on me.
That'll be a good last meal before your Royal Highness has to be executed. Now,
That's fair.
You're dwelling in dangerous waters.
why do you think I'm here?
That's
Now
my
then,
man.
with all due respect and thanks, get the fuck out of my house.
Well, you heard the man, Kaizen. Shavati, we shall be on our way.
Because then
So
are you
Heston?
starting to walk towards the door?
All right. He opens the door. He opens the door to let you out. He redisguises himself again, as he did when he went to say hi to Satra, as the orc figure. Opens it up. Thank you for stopping by, sir. It's been quite the honour. And sir, looks to Satra, again, thank you for your service. It's been a while since we served together. I appreciate your hard work. Keep up the good work. I'm sure Jokma will be very grateful for your abilities. Bows and does a Jokma open hand salute and pops back inside and shuts the door.
Oh, that was an experience.
Very interesting.
So, should we give this letter to someone else then? Because I feel like we should still try to get it in the right hands.
Shavati, what we can do, I really would try to avoid being caught in official matters of these lands any more than we need to. So perhaps we can pay someone to deliver it.
That is fine, as long as it gets to where it needs
Yep.
to go, so that a bunch of innocent people don't just die to a false either thingamabob.
The door opens again and you see Heston standing in it. Oh, by the way, you forgot your refreshments. And he holds out a sack.
Thank you. Leonard takes it.
Okay. He bows again. Says, Madam, and shuts the door.
That was the bag of holding, right?
It was not the bag of holding. The bag of holding you took with you. I'm
Okay,
not gonna make you make you go back in for it. Yeah, you have
What
a sack.
did he give us? Leonard would inspect it.
You open it. Inside there is one superior healing potion
Mm-hmm.
and 2 disguise kits, which includes face paints, makeup, all sorts of other stuff to change the facial appearance or facial and bodily appearance of someone without magic.
I still carry one of these, and he points towards the superior healing potion. Anyone has need of it?
No.
No.
Good. 2's better than 1.
About to ask an
And-
ominous question. What's everyone's passive perceptions?
10.
23.
Oh,
I think mine's
jeez.
12.
Kai's on a
11.
different level.
12. Okay. Kai's at 23, really? You would notice, as this conversation is happening, you do see what appears to be one of the goblins that Satra shooed off earlier is moving close, very slowly, from trash can to trash can.
Like eavesdropping, or?
It's close. It's getting within range. There might be eavesdropping.
Kaizen in one swift motion will draw his bow and an arrow and shoot like the trash can that's hiding behind, but not trying to shoot it.
Crash!
Kaizen just without a word goes to retrieve the arrow, goes back to the group.
Yep, you pull it out. It's easy enough.
Trying to listen, perhaps.
Well then, we shall pass on the letter, as Servari rightfully suggested. It would be a shame and dishonorable to let innocents die simply because of our own inability to pass on a letter or to be too lazy to do it. So Leonard would look around. Is there any civilians nearby?
There was a goblin.
Not that guy.
You look around. You're pretty close to one of the walled cities, and there are some guards, not within eyeshot, but if you walked like 10, 20 feet, you'd be able to see the guards currently standing at one of its entrances.
No, Leonhard wouldn't go for a guard. He would
Okay,
like to go for.
then if you walked a little bit further back to where you came, you'd come across some of the people currently sitting on mats. You see a hobgoblin. You see a hobgoblin woman currently. What looks like wrapping up personal effects as if she's getting ready to move out. Everything, and on the odd occasion disappearing back into the ash-covered remains of what clearly used to be a home to
Aww.
collect as any personal effects that have survived the fire.
Perfect. Leonhard conjures a broad smile and approaches the hobgoblin woman.
Okay.
Greetings, madam.
She turns to you. I'm sorry, you dare approach me?
Yes.
I do have indeed the audacity to approach you and to greet you.
No. Humans approach on their hands and knees.
I love her.
You show respect, or you will be punished. Do I need to call the guards?
This one time, Leonhard swallows his pride, and what he does is he doesn't, drop down. He basically does a knightly kneel, if you know what I mean, like one knee down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As if you're about to be knighted, head down
Yes,
on one
exactly.
knee, yeah.
Doing this.
Okay. Good enough, but you clearly need more training. Tell your master that I have told you that you need more training.
I shall pass on this information immediately, milady.
Good. Then why do you approach me?
My master has given me this letter for you to pass on to the guard or any other officials in town, as you can clearly tell humans are not allowed to deliver such important information. It is indeed just read it and you will understand. I do not understand the words.
She takes it, looks at the front, and immediately puts it back in your hands. This is military. I may not hold this. The fact you are able to means that you have someone of clearly military importance as a master. I have no idea how you got so lucky.
I was born lucky. That's what my mother always told me.
Hand it off to a member of the military if you must be rid of it. Go on, go! What are you waiting for?
Okay, Leonard turns around
Useless! Okay.
Oh, I am in love with her.
She turns around
Step
and begins.
and yeah.
She begins to finish up wrapping up her bindle, full of
Well,
stuff.
friends, perhaps and he basically tries to mimic her speech. A human is not suited to deliver such a message. He passes on the note to Shavari or Satra, whoever wants to grab it.
I'll take it since I'm the most military looking.
Okay. Do you grab the letter? What do you want to do with it?
We need to find military. A guy wouldn't take it?
She would not accept it and also informed me that it should only be passed to military hands, since this is a military note.
The scout wouldn't take it. Oh, I hate that guy.
I wanted to use that information for home instead of just passing it along.
What a waste of resources.
Should we just ask a guard for directions somewhere?
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I would suggest. Pass it on to a guard, and what they do with it is up in their responsibility.
Wasn't gonna have him beheaded, but now I'm not so sure.
Alright, so what you're doing?
I will approach one of the guards.
Okay. You see written on the side. You can see. You actually have two options here. You can see currently there is Inner City 3 and Inner City 4 right next to each other. They are labelled in Common and Orcish, and also Infernal.
Huh. I'll go to Inner City 4.
Okay. You begin to walk up to the guards. They looking, seeing your armor, salute politely. In the Jacquemin open hand way. Sir.
I need to have a message delivered, but it contains military importance.
Understood, sir.
Can I hand it to you and trust that it will get into the right hands?
Of course, sir.
I will hand the letter to them.
On my life be it. He takes it and tucks it in. The other one looks a little disappointed he was not given this honor.
Aw. Thank you, gentlemen.
Of course, sir. Anything else we can do for you, sir?
No, that'll be it.
For the glory of the great Jacquemin Empire.
For Jacques Mar and all that.
They look a little confused at you as you leave. And then one of them relieves the other, and the person with the letter disappears off into Inner City 4.
Alright, that's sorted. So. Now what? We can head towards that amulet, right? You were interested in Kaizen?
Yes, I'm going further south. Meeting up with the wizard down there. What was her name? I have it somewhere.
It was gold something I have it written down. But I need to find where. Oh, why has that happened?
So far back.
Page Goldflame.
Goldflame.
Yes.
That's it.
Wow, back in September.
Hey, we've been going over a year now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever our next course of action may be, friends, we should basically leave this place immediately. As much as I detest the way of his delivery, Sir Heston was right about our lack of preparation when it came to our attire. Leonard looks as if he was definitely not to blame for it. Although he's standing there in flashy uniform and stuff, like he's... Yeah, we
Tired.
didn't do a good job. Not me. We didn't do a good job.
I literally gave all of you something to wear, and the only one who took it upon themselves was Shivari to wear a t-shirt that was much too large for her.
Our guys was to stay as we were undercover, is it not? That's what we said when we went to the previous town.
Well, friends, let's go. Walk towards the gate
All
to
right.
where they entered from.
Okay. Going to head out.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. And then in that case, for multiple reasons, one, I didn't expect you to leave the city so early. Two, it is about halfway through the session. We're going to head to a break.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, in just over 3 minutes, maybe a little longer, while I make sure I have enough prepared for them leaving the city.
Did we speedrun again?
You did speedrun. We'll be right back in just over 3 minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll be back in but a moment. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So, when we last left off, the group peaced out. They finally delivered a package that they have been holding on to, full of wands and ropes, to
For way
their
too long.
new contact for way too long, to their contact in Jokba. They delivered it to Heston and Ina, and have now, on taking the advice of Heston, have decided that their disguises might be less than ideal, being that in fact maybe one of you is wearing something that could be considered a disguise, and have instead are heading out to the entrance of the city. The city, as you walk through it again, is there anything you want to do while you are here? You're approaching the front gate again, where you can see the fire has been put out.
What time of day is it?
You guys woke up pretty early, and it was an hour walk, so it's maybe 8:30.
Okay,
Maybe.
never mind.
Okay.
Oh,
guys-
yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, Leonard would just try to avoid any straight up eye contact with anyone that looks orcish.
Or her hobgoblin.
Or hobgoblin, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, you avoid eye contact as best as you can. I don't think there is an antisocial role, so I will let that pass.
Guys, I'd try to see if there's anyone trying to eavesdrop on them or spy on them or something.
Roll
Just
perception.
Keep a lookout.
It's actually a smart thing to do.
Mm-mm.
25.
25. You keep a lookout. You do see a couple goblins following behind. They appear to be less interested in you and more interested at the jingling of the gold sacks that several of you have attached to your waists.
Hmm. How far behind are they?
Varying from 20 to 60 feet.
Sure, yeah. Kaizen will. Ah, shit. Did it really do that?
Murders them
Yeah.
all.
Kaizen will conjure some animals.
Oh boy. What are you gonna conjure?
Just. Uh. 2 creatures? I think CR1 or. Yeah, CR1.
Two
Just
creatures
in.
of CR1.
Yeah, just 2 creatures, and they'll just like snarl at the goblins, not like attack them, but just like intimidate them to
Okay,
run away.
well,
and
first,
not
let's
kill
see
them.
whether these things are snarlable. Two beasts of CR1. Beast CR1.
In before
And-
2 goldfish.
I refuse to place anything that would be not appropriate to, not survivable in its environment. Okay. Okay, which is why I have to re-roll this, because a swarm of kippers would not be appropriate.
Also, I
summon
love
swarms
how
anyway.
we're just 10 feet away from the gate, sun shining in her face, and Leonard is like,
Almost
"Yes,"
out.
And then he hears Kaizen just summon 2 animals, and he's like, oh, fuck.
Okay. In the middle of this city of Jokba, appearing in the general
Ina.
walkway, city in Ina of in Jokba of Ina, thank you. Just appearing in the middle of the walkway, 2 lions appear
Oh
out
my
of nowhere. The goblins let out an almighty "Ah!" and just run as fast as they can in just completely different directions, scattering and spreading across the town. You hear the sound of footfalls running towards you at the alarm.
Sure. The lions will kind of just jump into the alleyway and I'll desummon them. Because they'll
Lions
just keep walking.
disappear.
as if
Some
nothing's
guards
happened.
appear around the corner, looking out, seeing you guys walking away. Oh, we heard a disturbance. Did you see anything?
people were trying to steal from us, scared them away.
Well, persuasion check? It's not lying.
Sure.
This is where the crit 1 hits and things escalate.
Hey!
Oh. Nat
Very
20.
nice.
Sorry for taking your time. Turns around and lets you go. All right, you guys make it to the gate. You get a bit. You have your cart. You have retribution. You mount back up, and where are you going?
South.
South. So you are heading
And
to Lie, not to Holm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to go to Lie.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Alright, quite a long way to go. I will. Okay, so hang on. Is that even visible on the map we were just on? Let's have a look together, shall we? Okay, so you are coming from Ina, and you need to get to Lie. That is not on this map.
Not visible.
But I can probably drag another map on
Lie.
top of it. Will. Okay, let's see if I can find my map where Lie is on. I have a world map, but I don't know if it'll be big enough to see the details. Okay, we need to go that one? Maybe? Yes, that's the one. Oh, that's a big one. Okay, well, we'll zoom in on the bit we need. Okay, so I'm just going to drag that onto here so that the audience can see. Loading, 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 loading.
Oh, I was like, why can't we see anything?
Yeah, I'm uploading the image from scratch. There it is. And grow! And I have to enlarge it via the old-fashioned way, because Roll20. Okay, that'll do. So, you are coming from Ina, which is up here. You now have a pretty straight shot to Lie, which is here.
Wait, what the fuck were we doing down there?
Lie is where you were told someone who might know stuff about planar travel might live, aka Paige Goldflame.
Mm-hmm.
This was the original mission. What you just
Yeah.
did was a side mission. Yes, this was your original mission.
Yep, she's very, very powerful mage, and I have a note that says, "Don't make her mad." Smile.
Okay, so now you have the decision. You can either travel down the road, which will take you through 2 more Jokma cities in the form of Asiloja and Korahai. Kuharai. Can't read that properly. Or you can try and go cross country and avoid them.
Hey, where's our dragon Uber at?
Does Ian want to try and call Dragon Uber?
Before
Or does anyone else want to try and call
considers
Dragon Uber?
this option, what would Leonhardt know about the land of Nila that Lie is part of?
Nela is neutral. It used to be at war with both Styria and Jokma at one point. But
Is it another Orcish country, or is
no,
it mixed?
it is definitely not Orcish. It's a good mix of Elven and human, mostly high elves. It does also, but it has a very large mix, maybe a larger mix than Styria in terms of actual races. There are also a lot more people coming in because it gets a lot more elves than a lot of other countries do. There's a little bit of Orcish in there as well. The country is known to be very insular. It sort of keeps itself to itself as best as it can, ever since it made peace with signed armistices with Jokma and Styria. It's been pretty chill to just let them do their own thing. It will trade with both those countries, but it won't do anything aggressive to either of them or provide anything, if it can help it, that would give one side an advantage over the other. from your view, from Sartre's view, hearing his father rant a couple times, Sartre would know that King Kratzel does not like Naylor because Naylor could easily help either side win the war and believes that they're cowards for not choosing the winning side.
Ah, of course. Damn dirty elves.
Maybe not.
Oh,
It's like I said, it's majority human, but it has more of an elven population than any of the places you guys have been to.
Fair enough.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
like
but
human.
it's good to know that it's not as hostile of a territory as Drogma.
humans 62%, elves maybe 21%, and then the rest is a split. Hello, Wildender.
He wants to come out. He keeps rubbing his belly against the glass. I don't want him to hurt himself.
That's fair. Alrighty, so yeah, what's the plan?
so road or wilderness? Mm,
The road is definitely quicker, but potentially a little bit more dangerous for us. As we are not the most well disguised group, I suppose.
depends on the type of danger, I suppose. You know, those rats in the wilderness were, I mean, I don't know, very suspicious, and there's bound to be things other than rats there too. But on the road, we could get outed. So, just what kind of danger want to place ourselves into?
How about we stick to the road and only shortly before we meet any major encampment or settlement, we drift off into the wilderness.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay.
Okay. So, you're going to stick to the road for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so, in that case, classic style. Can I have perceptions, and can I have driving?
While we're on the cart, Shvar will say, I could ask the dragon again. We wanted to see
Oh
if
no!
it wants to help speed up our journey, but it might be kind of dangerous.
Yep.
Hmm.
Someone take the reins away from Prince Cedric.
I've just got like my psalm book in my other hand. It's like humility and you deal with. What's the word I'm looking for? The opposite of
Humility?
no, like when you get knocked down, not embarrassed, but
When you got knocked down.
like
Humble?
we, yeah, that's a good one.
Smash Mouth.
Mm.
The opposite of Smash Mouth and you.
What?
No, I was when you get knocked down.
Well, Shavali, that is a good idea to consider our dragon friend as portable travel.
Was that a
However,
good idea?
perhaps might not be the wisest idea to summon it right now.
Yeah, you say friend. I don't know if the dragon is our friend.
I don't think it liked transporting us filthy mortals.
No.
We have a different dragon that's more of a friend, though. But I don't think they would be able to carry us all.
Probably.
Perhaps
not.
Her Majesty would have another one in her stables, but
Yeah, you like best friends with the queen of the Gith now, or?
see, Kaizen, I usually don't like to brag about such matters, but I felt like she had a soft spot for me.
That Kaizen internally wonders like what interaction happened there that like led to that. Like,
It's like, yes, Leonhard, you are very very likable. You know, you're very well presented, so I could
Thank
see that.
Coming from you, Kaizen, a man of good taste such as myself, this means the world to me.
Of course, of course.
Perhaps we
mean,
should
do
slay
you
an
have-
illithid or two before we request her service again, though.
Do you have a way to contact her, just in general?
Leonhard actually does not know, and he doesn't say a word about it. He's just like doesn't react.
Hmm.
Okay.
Also, Shavati, I would have need of your skills to contact home about our recent success.
Of course. What do you want me to say? In
Well, same
25
recipient
words
as
or
last time,
less?
Captain Meyer, Homeland Security, yes. And just deliver the following message. Contacted Sir Heston in Jogma. Goods delivered. Reports or consequences will soon be noticed.
Ominous.
All right. Anything else? It can be up to 25 words that I can send in a message. So
Yes, perhaps we should add the additional information Sir Heston gave us. Jogma working on new secret weapon. Be on guard.
Sarge, this is the first time you're hearing about this.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh yes, we forgot to mention it, Your Grace, since you were not present. Apparently, there is orcs in unison with someone else
Snurf
working
Nibbler.
on. Yeah.
It's not spelled how you
Dark
think.
gnomes.
Deep gnomes.
Well,
Gnomes that
same
live
thing.
underground.
Working with deep gnomes to create some sort of weapon.
And they're just in there, Anita, and we're fine to leave that.
I do consider myself a very capable man, yet stirring up trouble in a town full of hostile forces may not be my... may
They're
even be
gnomes.
too much for me to handle.
Just kick them.
That's like kind of maybe messed up, but also there's also the matter of the whole, kingdom of Jokma that are supporting them, working with them.
I guess that's fair. So we didn't even want to go like peek, like maybe see if we could sneak in and find some information and send it to them.
we've kind of shown that the sneaking around in there is not working out very well for us. We'd have to probably get more disguised than we currently are.
I mean, we could make efforts to be very disguised and then look into whatever. I mean, we've left the city. I mean, people think we're gone. Maybe that's actually a good thing if we want to go back. We could actually disguise ourselves and then go back.
Yeah, I got some stuff we can use around here. There's, what did he say? Face paint? That's kind of like face paint.
Shavati, do you have any means to magically alter my appearance?
I do not know.
Kaizen.
I can alter my own. That is it. I can't do it for anybody else.
Well, we had 2 disguise kits. That I don't know about.
Yes, we have 2 disguise kits that they have given us. Wow.
Also, fuck y'all. This is a point. Point of order. Fuck. Continue.
Kaizen, I know that we have these kits. I do not want to use them though. Would have to smear stuff on my face, put it in my hair, and
Wait, so we're not saving the whole fucking city of Home because you might get a pimple? Is that what I'm hearing? That's not a no, Sir Leonhard.
the things I do for home. And Leonhard grabs one of the kits and looks at them.
Okay.
How long have we been traveling for now?
How long do you want to have been traveling for?
It wasn't the whole day. I don't know, like half
Not-
a day max or something. I don't know.
Half a day. We'll say half a day.
So we're like 6 hours away, and then we have
You have this conversation, this realization.
Again, maybe a good thing they think we're gone, so low suspicion if we go back. No, am I the only one to CD positive? Okay, well.
Oh no,
Just
I
go.
see it. I see it, but like did I let my emotions get the better of me a little bit? Yeah, definitely. Did you guys withhold politically life-altering information? Yeah.
I mean, Leonard didn't bring it up, so I thought it was fun.
Yes, deflection. Well, sometimes we make mistakes, and sometimes we make more
We don't do the
mistakes.
right thing. Yes.
But the important thing here is that, I don't know where I was going with that. Let's just decide if you want to go back or not.
Here, how about I send a message to Captain Meyer and I inquire if he wants us to investigate?
That's a good middle ground. We can always head back. Now, if you'll excuse me, if someone else would like to take the reins, I need to pray.
Sure, I can try.
Alright, Kaizen, you take the reins. Shivari, you want to send a message to Captain Meyer. What do you wish
Yeah.
to send?
Let me count the words again really quick because we add something.
Alright.
Four, five. Okay, I think that's exactly 25.
Noise. Alright.
She will cast sending on Captain Meyer. Say, contacted Heston and Jokma. Goods delivered. Consequences will soon be noticed. Jokma working on new secret weapon. Be on guard. Do you want us to investigate?
Exact 25, Pog.
Okay. You have a... There is a pronounced pause. That is good to know. Thank you for completing your mission. If you can get information without jeopardizing, then that would be good.
She'll relay that to everybody. So good job. You did a good job. And if we are able to investigate without, jeopardizing anything or basically getting ourselves caught up in a big mess, then we encourage us to do so.
Easy for Meyer to say, sitting on his fat ass at home. Leonard
Oh shit!
Do you
pissed.
want me to relay that?
No.
And fired.
Well, then it can't be helped. We shall be on our way back and investigate. If that is the common agreement.
Do you want to do make our way back and then head there again in the morning? Or arrive
We
like in the evening?
this is a stealthy mission, Shavati, and I would heavily suggest to go there at night.
Okay.
We're trying to sneak into the city unnoticed.
Preferably.
I feel like we'd turn Retribution back into a horse.
I feel like having any sort of horse, griffin with us will just draw attention.
Mm.
So we leave him outside then? Very well.
If possible.
He can guard the cart if he wants.
That's fair with all the goblins about. Who
And
knows what
rats.
they'll steal? And
And
And rats.
they might steal the cart, you don't know.
very curious about. Stop eating my shirt.
What if it tastes good? You know, you don't eat shirts.
Oh, wait, Shivari, how many people can you make invisible?
Let me double check really quick. So it casts at 5th level. Mm. So, 4 people?
Oh, that's
Really convenient.
quite, yeah. Very convenient. We could just kind of walk in. Well, I mean, being invisible, disguise ourselves, then go invisible, and then sneak in. So, you know, they can't turn us away at the gates, and then sneak into where. Do we know where they're working on this thing? Where was it?
I don't think
Hmm.
so.
You were told
The
in
only thing
Inner
we
City
know is that it's
4.
in
Inner
Nina.
City 4.
Yes, you were told in Inner City 4. That's all you know.
But there is an inn that was recommended to us. So at least we know there's a place to stay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a place to meet if things like go bad or we get separated or something.
What was the
of
name
this
of the
sort
inn?
The Milkfoss? Something like
Huh.
that. Yes. Milk Foss or Face, depending on how you want to pronounce
Vase.
it, I suppose.
Oh, okay, okay. I assume we just try to infiltrate some building and then pick up some information or something. Wherever the like officials building is in Inner City 4. I don't suspect we'll know exactly where the weapon is to like go in and try to see it, and even if we did, we might not understand what it did.
Probably the type of thing that's going to be underground.
Yeah, probably. But again, like even if we go and look for it and see it, it's what if it's just a thing that we have no idea what it does? We should try to find some information on it. Wherever that would be located. Maybe in the same place, but maybe not.
I assume you guys are riding back to.
Yeah.
riding
Yeah.
back to Ida in the meantime. Okay, so let's do a bit of a time skip to say that you're already there and parked outside, far away enough from the wall that you will not be seen. You're waiting until night time. What is the plan?
Well,
So the
let's try
plan
to figure out, I guess.
Plan is, Leonhard is going to put on that disguise that was given to him. He does it with great disgust and dislike.
Shibari would assist because she probably, has more practice with. Well, actually, I don't know if she'd have more practice with using makeup.
Okay. Well, this would be either it would be a charisma roll for a disguise kit. So, Leonhard, with assistance, just roll a straight charisma check. So you do, unless you are proficient with disguise kit.
Not to my
then
knowledge.
just charisma.
Okay.
11.
11.
How are you disguising yourself?
So I don't know what's part of this kit. So he would definitely do.
I can tell you.
Okay.
Hang on. It says it in its description. Disguise kit. A disguise kit. Doesn't say there. One moment. Doesn't say on that screen.
Well, I guess what Leonard would definitely do though is to, mess up his hair a little bit, like put some dirt in
Okay,
it.
here we go. It contains cosmetics, hair dye, and small props. Lets you create disguises that change your physical appearance.
Okay. So he would put some dirt in his face and in his hair so he doesn't look as shiny anymore. Yeah, that's basically it. He would also try to. How should I best describe it? Like, put some rags over his armor, over his chainmail, so it's not. He doesn't look like a soldier immediately anymore. More like a traveling merchant. Like, he probably can't cover all the chainmail parts, but at least some, so that at night there won't be like a whole bling bling.
Okay. You cover most of your armor.
Some cloths, some rags over it.
Alrighty. Sartre, are you also disguise kitting?
Yeah.
You don't have to. It's just asking.
Yeah, I'll use the cosmetics and I'll see if I can't at least, like, become like a red tiefling.
Okay, so
Nice.
you color yourself in. Are
Yep.
you proficient in the disguise kit?
No.
Okay, roll charisma.
Alrighty. Doo-doo. C is for charisma.
20. There isn't enough materials to cover all of you, but luckily you realize if you do wear your Jokma armor, it does cover most of your skin, and there's just enough to color you in. You can't do multiple layers, so you're not red, but you are definitely pink now.
I'm gonna say, am I a pretty tiefling?
Kind of stand out, but you're definitely different. Yeah.
And then I
Pretty.
will sigh heavily. It is a thing that really physically connected me to the royal family, and I'll take that hair dye and I will dye it a dark black color.
Okay. It's all temporary, so you can wash it out.
Yeah.
Okay, you dye your hair black. Alrighty. So, we have Dirty Homeless Leonhardt. We have Pink Black-Haired Tiefling Satra. Shivari Kaizan.
Kazan's not gonna do anything for now. Idea is to wait until after invisibility wears off, and then he'll cast Disguise Self on himself.
And Shivari.
If there's any dye left to use in the
Did not
disguise
use his?
case,
Yeah, I didn't use any
Absolutely.
dye.
dye her hair black as well.
Okay. We have Goff Satra and Goff Shivari.
And have something over her robes, one of the like Jokma clothes that are kind of baggy. And maybe if there's something with a hood.
There's no hood, there's no clothes in the disguise kit, only props. So it just
Okay.
depends on what you brought with you for that.
You could use my second hood from the clothing.
That will do.
My second traveling cloak.
It's a little big for you, but it will certainly do the job.
Right, she'll do that, and not that she's really going to be disguising her tiefling heritage, but she will like have her tail kind of wrapped around her body a bit, so it's not like swinging out in the open.
Twins.
Okay. So, we have your disguises selected. What's the plan?
You want me to make us all invisible? It lasts up to an hour, so we should probably have at least some idea of where we want to go.
Yeah, we should try to find our way to the inner city 4, I suppose, and then try to just find somewhere that is secure and try to get in there somehow. Try to break in, steal some documents, some information, something like that.
I was thinking about it, and the person who's working on this weapon would probably have the most information on it, yeah?
Yeah, I would
Maybe,
think so.
probably, yeah.
So we could try and get the information from them, and we have this. You remember that staff that Chris use the modify memory stuff that we have?
Ooh.
Can make him
Yeah.
forget that we asked any questions. If it works.
So this does go back to trying to interrogate someone.
As
Are
a
we good at
reminder, the
that?
modified memory staff requires attunement.
True.
Oh. I'd have to attune to it first, but that is an option.
Like the
Are we
music, by the
conf-
way, Tetra.
I literally was like, oh, we have our first stealth mission. Go to Incomputake, search the word sneaky, add them all in one playlist.
Are we confident in trying to interrogate somebody?
Well, I mean, I could just read their mind, kind of, sort of.
Oh yeah, you can do that,
Yeah.
right?
I also have Zone of Truth.
Good lord, fucking Inquisition here.
So that is an option, but we still first have to find out where they are doing all this. So that probably is our first step, yeah?
I mean, optimally, this gets done in like one night, right? But it might
Mhm.
not get done in one night. So, if we aren't able to discover anything tonight, then what are we doing? Are we leaving? Are we just staying at the inn and trying to figure it out the next day?
How much? How many uses of this do our kits have?
The disguise kit? It doesn't say. It's likely a situation of it's topped up every time you go to town kind of thing. It probably has multiple uses. I don't think it's just a... Let me see what the price is, because the price it's 25 gold pieces. It's probably multiple uses for 25 gold pieces. Considering a healing potion costs 50, I'm going to go ahead and say this thing probably has 5 uses each.
Okay. Well, we could stay. I mean, we can get back in like this.
Yeah. I assume we should probably just try to remain as though we are separate, like we don't know each other throughout all times, unless we like need to talk to each other for something.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
As you may be able to tell, these kinds of mission are not my expertise, so I leave the judgment and the leadership, or the lead on this mission, in your capable hands, Kaizen.
I mean, I can't say I've carried out missions like this really, but I'm proficient at sneaking around. I mean, in theory, I know things.
Anyone is the best at sneaking around guards without being detected. It's me.
All right.
I used to break out of the palace all the time.
Well then, friends. Let's not waste any more time. Let's find this godforsaken weapon.
Well, I mean, with that being said, then Satra, how should we carry this out then? Finding the people, the weapon, the workers.
Well, I noticed if you're taking things or if you're rummaging through things, you get one chance and then you have to leave. And you know nothing about it. Because if we go back, they'll be aware. Because we're not going to be able to leave everything perfect and someone is going to notice.
Okay.
So, what was all the information you guys got about where this weapon is supposed to be?
Inner City 4.
That's it?
That end of sentence.
Huh.
Me too.
Someplace inconspicuous? Maybe someplace with a front?
Probably we'll have to, I mean, eavesdrop around to see if anyone like talks about it, or even sneak into somewhere where it's not, or where it is conspicuous, to find out where the non-conspicuous place is.
It's starting to feel like more than one night's worth of work.
It probably, I mean, unless we get really lucky.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Maybe it's like a day one, figure out where the place is. Day two, go to the place.
Right.
Sounds like a plan, friends.
Well, in theory, if we have an evening, allow me to prepare some spells, I might be able to help with this. Tears Divine Light allows me to think really hard about an object, and it'll let me know kind of where in the area it is.
How much of the area do you need to be near it?
1,000 feet.
Hmm. That's like kind of close, but also kind of far. Hmm.
Still worth a shot. I do not know. Maybe we can first get some knowledge as to we can capture someone, interrogate someone, persuade someone.
Right, definitely. We should look, because if we have kind of an idea. Also, I need to wait until tomorrow to prepare the spell anyway.
So,
Alright,
So perhaps for tonight, it would be good to not only just scout the immediate area, but also to find a suitable target to interrogate / kidnap / persuade.
yeah. Okay.
I can also locate people if we get a name.
That is a sound you all would have heard, by the way.
What was that?
Yeah, I heard that.
It was not a mistake. It was just a little louder than I expected.
where did the sound come from?
From inside the city.
Holy shit! What was it? And can I hear it again?
I'll play it for you again, but the sound has happened, and now the night is silent other than the murmuring of night trade.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Does that sound like something powering up to you?
There's. Yeah, kind of.
Do we see anything in the distant sky? Any lights or something?
Kaiser, do you have dark vision? I think you do, right?
Yep.
Kaiser, and you see for about 12 seconds as the sound after the sound plays, you look up and you can see what appears to be a figure silhouetted over the city against the night. Not like floating, as in a huge creature looming above the walls, which then just sinks out of view quietly.
Like it appears as though like it's not a projection, or
As in, there's literally a silhouette against the moonlight of something giant-sized, maybe larger.
Dude, that sounded like a gigantic Mordred.
oh shit.
Mordred.
Yeah, so the silhouette, like what shape is the silhouette?
Humanoid, as far as you could tell. That's from the distance. That's the best you'd be able to do. Distance and darkness and silhouette-y. Obviously, dark vision doesn't give you perfect vision. Everything beyond your dark vision range is grey.
Mm-hmm. For like a few seconds into seeing it, cause then like gesture and like, do you all see that?
You all look up just in time to maybe see a small rounded bit disappear below the wall.
There's like a silhouette, a giant, very, very giant. Just sort of silently sank into the town.
Huh.
It was big and happened right after that sound.
If
That
I had
is
to take a
strange.
guess, I would say it sounded modern, like mechanical clink, click clackering.
That, yeah, very good guess, I think. Perhaps was that.
Perhaps they summoned reinforcements after suffering the defeat the other day.
I could always fly overhead and take a look.
That would be a wise move, course of action, Your Grace. Good thinking.
Could also be related to the weapon or something. They did say something about working into the night. They worked through the night.
Hmm. Yeah, it definitely did sound mechanical, if you ask me. So perhaps something modern related, perhaps something mechanical related to the weapon.
Maybe there's a world where it's both. And they're working with the moderns. No, probably not.
Oh.
Ugh.
Hmm. Well, I think if you want to fly overhead, maybe being invisible is good for that.
Yeah.
Won't spot you.
I can make both you and the retribution invisible.
Very good.
How many people can you make invisible?
Up to 4.
Okay. Retribution could probably carry 2 people if you want an extra set of eyes up there.
Should anybody go with you up there? Perhaps Kaizen, since he probably has the best eyesight of us.
I was gonna say Kaizen sees the best.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye-san.
True, true. Yeah, maybe could do that if we want to scout it out. Sure. Can you make us, when we come back, can you make us invisible again if we do want to just sneak in that way?
Yeah, I can do it up to 3 times before I need to take a hour break.
3
Okay.
times? Bloody level 11. Damn, Murray.
Yeah, I got 3 spell
Nice.
slots now.
Aw, man.
Yeah.
You did, to be
Love
fair,
it.
you did burn a spell slot on sending. Actually, no, you'd have
True.
that back. You travelled long enough to get your short rest.
Also true.
Yeah, it's back, no worries.
Alright. Yeah, we can do that. See if we can see anything. Should try to go now.
I will
Yes,
reach out my
please.
hand and pull Kaizen onto my griffin.
Okay. Kaiser's on the griffin. Assuming
Yeah.
he's not resisting.
Not resisting. They touch his hand onto
I
retribution.
can show you the world.
So to be clear, you both have dark vision.
Yes.
Okay, good. Alright.
It
Shivari.
makes the 3 of them invisible.
Okay. So, you're going to take to the sky. Jinxie, what's the
Alright.
hotkey for showing a token to players?
It is Shift Z.
Thank you. Okay. So, you fly out above the city, completely invisible. In Hart and Shivari, you're left down on the ground. Anything you want to do?
We're still outside of the city, right?
Yes.
I guess Leonard would just keep watch, keep guard.
Roll perception.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shafari would also be doing that.
Okay, then one each, or one with advantage from one of you.
I guess Shavati would get my advantage,
Okay.
so she can roll.
18. Okay. You guys settle down next to the cart, which you've hidden in some brush. You do see what appears to be a patrol coming past, heading in your direction.
Leonhard, there is a patrol coming. Perhaps we should.
Can
try
you
to get
see
the
how many?
further away.
From your view, it appears to be 4.
It's like 4, from what I can see.
It would be too loud to get the cart somewhere else, so let's just pretend. that we're not moving, and perhaps they will just overlook us.
Okay, so you're gonna just try and hide.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
roll stealth.
Shivani agrees.
Yeah.
All right, roll
Sure.
stealth.
Both of us?
Yep. I mean, you're both hiding, unless one of you isn't.
Oh god, what could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh my
That could go wrong.
Well,
You just have to say what could go wrong.
Okay. As Shivari ducks underneath the cart into the brush where you have hidden the cart, Leonhardt begins attempting to. What do you think a Nat 1 stealth looks like for Leonhardt?
It's actually so here's what Leonard would do with a crit one, nat 1. He would lie down on the ground and thinking that he's behind the cart, obscured from vision, but he's actually in the middle of the ground. Like he's actually in the middle of the road.
Just in the path.
just like crouching on the ground,
Okay.
and he thinks he's invisible, but everyone in plain sight would realize he's just straight up in open vision.
Okay. As the guards approach you, the lantern light shines across you. As they stop. Stop! Who goes there?
Leonhard is not moving. He's not reacting.
Hey! Are you up talking to you? One of the others goes, I think he's dead. Shut up, no, he ain't dead. Are you dead?
He plays. Actually, Leonhard says thinks to himself. He thinks to
Says.
himself, thanks for the idea, idiots, and he plays dead.
Roll performance.
Okay, performance. Where's that? Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
What a-
Oi!
a dying swan. That's
Oi!
basically what he thinks of right now.
If you're not dead, you gotta tell us. That's the law. Of course he's dead. Look at him. Skinny human, dirty human out here. Of course it's dead. One of the baddest shit speaks up. Should we bring him sharp, Bilger? No. Leave it here to rot. Oi! You sure you're dead? Right, one less human around. And they continue their patrol,
Holy shit!
leaving the crumpled, dead body of Leonhardt in the road. One of them kicks a little bit of dirt on you, but they all move past. That is the biggest flip-flop from absolutely fucked to great success I have ever seen.
It was
You
a
hear him
roller
walking
coaster
away,
of
you hear him muttering as they
emotions.
walk away.
Yeah.
Don't want to get Hume on me boot. Too gross. They head off. Alright, to Air Team 6. Zadra, Kaizen, you fly into the air and begin flying across. You see a lantern light heading towards your allies, but you assume they're safe. As you head out across the city and fly over what you would recognize from your time in the city to be Inner City 4. Roll perception. Either one with advantage or one each.
I will give Kaizen advantage.
Alrighty.
Okay. I also want to be looking out for kind of just like how large the city is, like getting a view from above to see how large it is, like how it's divided up, how
Okay.
many like inner cities there seems to be, and any like what the larger buildings look like and where the larger buildings are
Okay.
located.
I don't have a map for you, but I can actually help you with that. So,
Okay.
alright, we're just going to do a really crude drawing here of that. So, city, purple circle.
Mm-hmm.
The gate you guys came in was here. There is one more gate, which is here. You never passed that one. So, the city is divided like that. It is then divided into inner cities, which are segmented in this sort of pattern, only more square, because I drew a circle when it's a square, because I'm a numpty. But it separates itself like this, with the largest building in the city being right here. The largest defensives you've seen are here, 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 and here, with all the rest of them being on the outside walls. All of those inner cities are defended. I've realised I've drawn the nuclear symbol. Thanks, brain. Just with an extra bit. But yes, basically you can see the largest building, which you can assume is probably some kind of city hall or something, or keep or something like that. That is the most defended. With the other inner cities appearing to be of different designs. One looks very residential, it's built up a little bit higher. One is a little bit emptier. The one you're flying over right now is a little bit plainer. It looks like it's more of a very rich people area. But a lot of, there's still a lot of space and stuff like that. But you can see it's made to try and make people either have to siege through all of the outer bits, or no matter what, get sieged by two to four very defensive positions. And blast them that way. You do notice also from your view, hidden from the populace in between dummy walls in the city are trebuchets. Which, from your view, look like they're aimed at other inner city walls. So if one was to fall, they can siege the shit out of whoever's left, out of whichever one fell.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what you see from there. So now you're just looking out across Inner City 4. Let me clean out this drawing. Oh, sorry. Have you seen what you need to see on this drawing?
Yeah, I'll screenshot it real quick.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'll clean that up later, actually, because I realized it's also on token layer, and everything I currently have is on token layer. So that makes it a little harder.
So all these inner cities are walled.
They're all walled. They are made out of wooden walls. The outer wall is stone and wood.
Okay, and the outer wall, it doesn't encompass the whole outer portion of the city, right? It's just
There
some
are
of it is.
very small bits of it outside of the wall, but the majority of the city is in the wall.
Okay. And the sort of nicer, plainer inner city is Inner City 4 that we are over right now.
Say again, sorry?
The inner city that you described as like kind of like the richer people area. There's a lot of space there. That's
I can show you. Also, let me just quickly respond to this. It is me, the random lurker. Even that even fails at that. Have to get out of lurk just to give tip. Don't use a coin flip instead of a d20. Oh, because the 1 and the natural 20. Thank you very much, friend. Have a good time whilst you're here. Alright, so yes, let me show Kaizen before I tell him the result of his rolls exactly what he'd be looking at. And Sauter as well, with the help of Kaizen directing eyesight. This is what you would see from above.
Ooh.
Takes a little bit to load because I had to make this one.
It's really pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is all of Inner City 4?
This is Inner City. This is the entirety of Inner City 4.
Okay.
Just so you know, the buildings, size-wise, are basically in size. The majority of them. They can fit multiple people in. There's a couple smaller ones, but there is a very much larger inner building as well, which obviously you can see.
Alright.
Okay. So, the results of your roll. Looking down across Inner City 4, you scout the area. You see the sand garden, the stone garden, in the center of this large building, currently in a hunched position, as if to try and use the building as cover. A huge humanoid silhouette stands out. You can see a very small creature next to it, currently working on it in some kind of capacity. with that roll, I'll say you get the image. And it's a Shift Z.
Yep.
Oh shit.
That's smaller
Oh,
than expected.
wow.
Smaller than expected, but still gets the idea. It is large. The metals don't look dissimilar to Modrons, but definitely appear to be different. There's definitely a lot more iron
Damn.
in this than there is whatever metals the Modrons are made out of.
And it's huge, right? It's like trying
is a
to
huge
it's like
creature.
kneeling down.
It's a
Yeah,
huge
trying to-
creature. It's 15 feet wide, so you can guess how tall height-wise it is.
Yeah, if it stands up, it'll be well over the building.
Yes. And you can see a small creature currently working on it, but it's too far away to get a good view of.
And there's only one creature working on it?
Only one creature working on it right now. You can see a couple other creatures moving around in this nighttime. More stocky in some cases. You can see a couple heading in and out of this large center building. But overall, it appears the majority of the actual work on this creature is being done by one creature.
Okay. Kaizen the whole time would be just describing what he sees to Sadra, and
Right.
then would ask Sadra, can Retribution like swoop down and grab something and then keep flying?
What do you think, buddy?
Ah, well, depends what it is, man.
A gnome, presumably.
No.
Maybe.
Would we still be invisible if that?
A grapple, it replaces an attack. I would argue
Okay, so
Retribution would turn visible.
Yeah.
The rest of you wouldn't. Basically, what the entire city would see, if they were to see this, is a griffin appear out of the center carrying a gnome, if this were to succeed. Assuming nothing goes wrong.
That would. I'm so tempted.
I'm very tempted as
Do
well.
it.
What
Do
could
it.
possibly go wrong?
Oh god, you heard that last time.
Mission innominable. Let's do it.
We could do it, and then if we grab it, I can just. Once we get high enough, people can't see us on its back. I could command it to silence.
Sorry, what? Say that again.
Once we get out of range of eyesight, I can command it to silence
Command what to silence?
whatever we're grabbing. This gnome.
Oh, the gnome. We want to like interrogate the gnome. I think. It's
Right,
like-
but if it
yeah.
screams and says
Yeah,
help me,
that's-
that might be an
that-
issue.
we could say, "Don't scream, or you fall and you will die."
That's a
And then he
great.
Doesn't scream. Smile.
Gnome whisperer. I love it.
But yeah, no, probably.
If that's what you wanna
no
call it.
screams.
If
Yeah,
it
no,
starts to
that's-
make
that's a
noise,
good
I
idea,
can
it's a good idea.
magically silence it, or I can get a rag out of my bag and we can shove it in its mouth.
How far away are the rest of our party member from the city? Party member?
I'd say at least 60 feet for a decent hidden distance.
That's fine.
From the
Retribution can
outer
fly
wall of the
80.
city. So from you guys, probably 200, 250 feet.
Yeah, just from the outside wall, 60 feet. That's still pretty close.
Yeah, assuming you guys are at the current south wall of City 4.
Yeah.
So if we dash, we can make it there in 12 seconds.
Yeah. Maybe we want to go even further than that in case someone, sees the retribution. Maybe we should try to go like out the other way and then just loop back around. like,
Right.
in the trees or something so they can't see. And give them a false trail.
Good plan.
If this works and we
If
can
this
grab
works.
the no. If not,
If it doesn't, I mean, we can swoop down and I can try and assist him.
do I have anything to help with this? Let me see.
be visible, but I could try to conjure some animals as well. And if the griffin doesn't, if Retribution isn't able to grab hold of the gnome, then I could try to have something else grab a hold of the gnome.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, there's already one flying creature, might as well be two, right?
Oh, I could cast darkness before we leave. They won't be able to see where we went.
Okay. That is good.
This is all coming together now. I feel like what could possibly go wrong.
I don't like that phrase. There's a lot of things that we could fall off Retribution that could go wrong.
Well, just hold tight to me and you'll be fine.
Yup.
Alright, so, what are you doing?
Swoop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Grab.
first part.
Okay, so you're gonna begin to swoop down. Retribution tucks wings in silently. Could Retribution please make a stealth check?
Stealth. With advantage?
Mm-mm.
Invisible.
Yes, but you're dashing. Or are you dashing? Are you flying down at normal speed, grabbing, then dashing?
Yeah, I mean, he's
Probably,
not
yeah.
exactly running.
Okay, then yeah, to take advantage.
We don't need to get there fast, just need to get out fast.
Alright.
Oh,
Advantage
that's
situation.
normal. Good thing,
Yeah,
too.
well, let's hope the advantage is better.
Fuck!
Okay, it's better.
It's better.
Alrighty. You begin to swoop down. As Retribution gets closer, wings come out with a mighty whoomph of air. The rocks in this rock garden are scattered across the area, and the wing clips the machine that begins to rumble and move as it begins to stand up straight. What's Retribution doing?
Grabbing the gnome and taking to the skies.
Okay.
And kind of like the bird that hits the glass window and they kind of stumble and they fluff and they take off.
Okay, well, in that case, could Retribution make a athletics check to grapple?
Alright, also Kaizen's ready. If the Retribution tries to grab onto the gnome and the gnome like breaks free, to then try to summon a couple flying creatures. And they
Okay,
would try to, yeah.
understood. All right.
So I guess
athletics
holding
check.
a spell. So
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's not bad. Okay, so you're holding a spell, so you're holding concentration basically. So you're not visible yet.
mhm.
When you release the spell, you will be. Okay. You definitely grab the gnome. Who, listen, as the wash of air comes around him, he looks up. What's that? Yeah! As he, Retribution grabs him by the shoulders and begins to lift up. The mechanical creature raises itself into the air, standing up almost faster than Retribution can fly due to its height. As Retribution begins to dash away, it is 100% going to make an attack of opportunity as one hand, a large axe, one hand, a massive hammer bigger than you, as it swings the hammer at Retribution.
Oh, I'm gonna try and take that.
Okay. You're going to attempt to take the attack. Can you do that when the creature is larger than you? Or is there just anything on your mount?
Anything on my mount?
Anything on your mount. Okay. Well, in that case, that's going to be a 24 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. I need a strength saving throw. And for starters, you're going to take 25 points of bludgeoning damage
Oof.
as the creature swings at you, trying to catch you, trying to knock you off the horse, off the griffin. So make a strength saving throw.
Oh, strength saving throw, not a strength. Okay.
Yes, please.
Oh no.
This is for you. Oh, because you just rolled it with Retribution's thing, so that is from you. Is that including or excluding your buff?
That's excluding, so it would be 15.
15. That's not enough. As the hammer crashes into Sartre. Sartre, you are technically knocked prone, meaning you are knocked off Retribution. Wait, do you have a Saddle of the Cavalier of Retribution?
No.
Okay. You are knocked prone. Kaizan, Sartre begins to fall. What do you want to do? As
Just
the
go!
hammer
Just go! Just go!
just smashes,
Go.
Sartre begins to fall off the griffin, falling down.
It says just go. Oh shit.
Just go! Just go! I'll be fine. It's fine.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. Takes control of Retribution. Was like about to try to steer Retribution down, but then we'll just fly Retribution.
Whoa, hey man, we gotta get
away.
Sartre.
Go! Go, Retribution! Go!
Oh, okay,
Dude.
man. You sure?
Call has been made. It's flying away
Okay.
towards the opposite direction that the rest of our companions are at.
Okay,
Out
in a
of the
full
city.
in a scream of screaming, the gnome Kaizan, Retribution has a hold of the gnome. Kaizan, the screaming gnome, and the visible griffin begin to fly out of the city. Bells begin to sound at this as you see people running to ballistas. They're not there yet. Sartre, you fall. I'll say his Retribution flew up. He would have had to have flied out of the creature's range. You're falling at least 30 feet, so roll
Okay.
3d6 for me.
Alright.
On the plus side, you're still invisible.
You are still invisible. Just because you take damage doesn't make you visible. It's when you do stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I put you on the map.
Oof.
You take 8 points of falling damage.
Hey guys, we're gonna go just scout around and have a look. See.
So Kaizen's still invisible because never casted the spell.
Correct.
So it's just the visible griffin holding the gnome.
Yes.
So the gnome wouldn't know where his voice is coming from, I guess, but Kaizen
Correct.
would just say, if you continue to scream, you will be dropped. Be silent now.
Roll intimidation. You know what? Have advantage. This situation is fucked.
It is
He just
real
watched you
fucked.
sacrifice your invisible friend. as far as he's concerned.
13.
Not high, but enough for him. Ah! And shuts up. Sartre, you are back down in the stones as the creature, it turns its face downwards towards where it heard an impact. It doesn't see you. It's going to attempt to make an attack against you because it heard something. And then afterwards it will begin to walk away. But first, it's going to be disadvantage because you're invisible, advantage because you are prone. $21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. 19 points of slashing plus an extra 15 points because you are prone as its axe hand now
Wait, what the
comes down.
fuck?
It does bonus damage if you are prone.
That's so
Jesus.
stupid. How much is it?
Total of 34.
Ugh.
It then it slices down into you. It doesn't see you. It slices down. It stands up, tall, towering over the building, and steps through and over the building in the direction that that griffin is flying away from. It's technically moving out of your range if you want to make an attack of opportunity and uninvisible yourself. Okay. It begins stepping through the building, crushing it, leaving a really good path for you to walk through, as the building walls are just decimated in its path. It can't dash because it attempted to attack something it thought was there. Nothing was revealed when it hit, so it's clearly dead or gone. So it begins to move off. It's not smart. All right, who's doing what? Leonhardt, Shivari, you begin to hear the bell sounding and see the griffin with a small figure being dangled beneath it, and then you hear the same metallic wind-up sound as this and see looming above the rest of the town, and then the crunch of wood and stone splintering and cracking as the creature begins to finally move in your direction as it steps through. What's anyone want to do?
What the hell did they do?
Shivari, one time working with professionals. Do you see retribution somewhere?
Should we just kind of point up in the sky, flying this way?
Going the other way.
Yes, you
Or
went.
playing
Yes,
the other
yes, they're going the other. They're going away from you. Which, speaking of which, yes, my bad. The creature would be moving this way, not downwards. So moving upwards.
I can see retribution flying away that way. She'll point in the direction.
Well, there's no way we're gonna catch up to them, is there?
Mission accomplished.
So-
Should I send a message to Satya to
Yes.
see what is going on?
Please ask if they're all right or if they need some reinforcements.
Alright, just gonna cast sending on Satra.
Okay.
Uh,
What's this casting time on sending?
I think it's just an action, but I'll double check. Sending. Casting time on action.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want to send to Satra?
Hey, is everything okay? Because we see you flying away and there's something chasing you. Let us know. This is Shibari.
Satra, you hear this message in your head as you lie back down on the stone, now not only bruised from the hammer hit, but very, very sliced from the axe that is almost 3 times the size of you that sliced down into you on the ground.
I fell off the griffin. We grabbed the gnome working on it and flew away. I'm chasing the thing, and I'm really fucking hurt. That's 5 words left.
Do you want to use the 5 words?
Don't
wanna just
worry about
extend the-
me.
Don't worry
That's
about
4.
me. Do you want to use your last word for ow?
Fuck!
That'll do. That's what you receive back, Shivari.
Shibari will tell Leonard they found the gnome, and Satra fell off of retribution. He is hurt, but okay.
Following behind the
Following
weapon.
behind.
Okay, you're up and
the,
following it stealthily.
I mean,
fast.
I'm invisible, but like I'm also
Yes.
probably like tested together.
You cut
like,
out completely there.
I mean, I'm invisible, but also probably like holding my small intestines together. So like, as stealthy as that is,
Okay, it has a movement speed of 40 feet.
okay. So I'm following 10 feet behind it then. Just
Okay, gotcha. So you're moving normal speed. Okay. What armor do you have?
I have plate mail.
Okay. I believe full plate is disadvantage on stealth,
It
so
is.
roll a normal stealth check.
Is Alpha. Excellent. This could-
Okay. As
What could go wrong?
as you see heads, as Satra, you see heads poke out from this, looking at the devastation left in this thing's path, as it just, not caring what's in its way, moves after its creator, smashing through the city walls. The walls that have kept out the armies of Holm have survived the attack of a dragon. This thing it's built for sieging. The hammer smashes through the large city walls in its way and steps through. The citizens watching that past, and then hear, but can't notice the source of the gentle jingling of your plate mail. The
If they
rattle.
want to hunt down where the tinkling of little bells is coming as somebody is walking through their
Yeah.
kitchen, then like
They're looking through, and they look after this thing, and then hear rattle, 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 rattle running past. They have no idea where it's coming from. They know it's there, but they ain't gonna do shit about it.
look at all the instructions. I'll make a note to tell my dad about that later.
Okay, Kaiser, what are you doing on the griffin?
Alright, so Kaizen and the Griffin are flying north of the city, probably a good, like, few hundred feet
Okay,
away
full
from
dash.
the wall. Yeah, until they want to land, like, among the trees in the woods.
Okay, Retribution is fast as fuck, boy. So, easily outpacing this creature, just disappears. By the time you're about maybe 300-400 feet away, do you want to dip in then?
Yeah, just try to, like, dip into some trees, some woods
Okay,
away,
you
and then
just
the...
disappear down into the tree line.
Yeah.
Shivari,
The-
Leonhardt, you're on the complete opposite side of the city as you watch this thing wade through the city of Ida. This is a town. The town of Ida.
Shavati, what did His Grace say to you? How bad is it?
Sounds kind of bad. They got the gnome.
Good.
Satra fell off with retribution.
Not good.
He sounded like he was really hurt,
Terrible.
but safe. And I guess they are flying away with the gnome. Kaizen is.
Oh, think, Leonard, think. What is the best course of action in a situation like this? A prince of home in a hostile town. Freaking hurt. Fuck.
I think he's hopefully still invisible.
I said I was still invisible.
He said he was still invisible, so
Can you also turn us invisible, Shavati? Do you have enough strength left?
if I turn us invisible, that will end invisibility on Satra. And that is probably not a good idea right now.
No.
Sandra just appears in the middle of the town surrounded by
I
orcs.
still think I'm invisible. I'm like,
They'll never find me.
Well, Shavati, I do not know what to do in this situation, other than to maybe stay close to the town and try to follow this abomination of a machine, whatever it is.
Yeah, it shouldn't be hard to follow it. It's very large and very noisy, so
Hmm. Do we
That's
leave the
fine.
cart here?
Yeah.
Well then, as they say in Homeland Security, YOLO, and let's follow.
What does YOLO stand for in Homeland Security?
Your own. Oh my god.
legacy,
Improv.
obviously.
Your own legacy, obviously. That's good.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are going to begin skirting around the city to try and catch up to this.
yeah.
Okay. Kaizen, you have disappeared into the trees with Retribution and this gnome. What do you want to do?
Alright, as soon as they land, Kaizen would start to try to tie the gnome up.
The second you are below the tree line, aka non-lethal drop range.
Mm, okay. Shit. Okay. Kaizen will attempt to. I mean, the griffin's still holding on to it. So I guess when we land, Kaizen just try to knock out the gnome.
Okay, make an attack.
Have retribution land. Just step on him.
Sure.
Someone make a melee attack against the gnome.
Yeah. I guess Retribution could do that. I don't know if he'll listen to me. It's like Retribution, knock out the gnome.
He can understand you.
On land, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. On impact, just try to create enough force to knock out the gnome.
Alright. Retribution holds out one talon to a passing tree with the gnome in it. Yeah,
Oh God!
make an attack for Retribution, Jixie.
Okay.
Dude, this has escalated beyond imagination.
Gnome's unconscious.
Cool. Good. Progress. Okay.
Everything's back on track.
It's like kind of far
Okay.
off a track, but at least we're still on
You-
some tracks.
You
know,
land with
that's-
retribution. You
that's
see,
good.
having disappeared below the tree line, you glance back behind you and you see the creature has stepped over slash through the final wall of the city and is now trying to scout the area to try and spot you.
Yeah. All right. So not prioritizing tying up the gnome anymore because he's knocked out, but grabbing the gnome and grabbing the gnome and wants to get back on retribution and not like fly, but just kind of like run through the trees and try to like loop around
you
back
loop?
to where, yeah, loopy
Okay.
loop like a wide loop.
Alright, stealth
the
from
beauty.
you and retribution.
Yeah.
The gnome doesn't have to do one, he's unconscious.
Yeah. 25.
25,
so-
and from retribution,
12.
12.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, the creature looms above the forest and looks out across it. You see what appears to be almost I don't know a good example. The scene where the Reapers scan in Mass Effect is the best I can come up with, where you see a beam of red laser energy come out and it scans the forest trying to find its master. Rolls a natural 1 and continues walking straight forward out into the forest
Okay.
and disappears from view. Well, it doesn't disappear from view. It's going to be visible for a while. It's really tall. You can make your way around Sartre. You see this thing but continuing to walk north. What do you do?
Start heading towards where my friends are and hope nobody wants to find the source of jingling when there are quite larger, more pressing matters at hand, hopefully.
Okay. You begin to scoot around the side as well. Leonhard, Shivari, you're making your way through and you begin to hear the sound of quick running like cavalry, a gallop heading in your direction.
We don't see anything.
Nope, it's dark. It's dark in the forest. There's trees in the way.
Leonard, do you hear that? Do we hide?
What? What exactly? I hear a lot of things right now.
That?
It's getting
Sounds
closer.
like horses approaching.
It's getting closer.
I think we should hide.
Leonard has heard a lot of horses in his life. How many would he guess?
Roll a perception check. $14. This ain't a horse.
Okay. But is it one
It's
creature?
it's
or
one
does it
and it's
sound
not
like
a
several
horse.
creatures.
It's one and it's not a horse.
Okay. Leonhard says, Shavari, I'm done hiding. And he doesn't hide.
Okay, you stand up, drawing your weapon.
Drawing shield and weapon.
Okay, you draw shield and weapon, you stand firm, waiting for this creature to emerge as galloping through the forest, leaping out from the underbrush, a griffin with Kaizan and a sleeping gnome comes out from the underbrush.
Oh, thankfully I've found you all. Okay. I think the giant creature thing is going the other way. Hopefully have evaded it. But
You look right.
Satra,
You look behind you, it's still walking north.
okay, good. Satra, however, is still in the town.
I have one more spell that I can use. I can tell him to go back to the cart, I guess.
I mean, if he is able to, might be dangerous. Might have to go and get him. I don't know.
I'm also still invisible, I guess.
You are. Oh, so yeah, technically you just see the griffin. Gnome.
Then
The gnome
Marvel's
hovering
just-
in the middle of nowhere because it's like under Kaizan's arm, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Also, this is the gnome working on the thing.
Oh, that is it. Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah, just knocked
All
out.
power to the engines.
You can take notes on this stuff, but yeah, Kazan will start to now tie and gag the gnome.
Okay. By the time you finish, Sartre, you will have come across your friends while still invisible, tying up the gnome.
Hey,
Out of nowhere, you guys hear that.
oh good, I made it. I thought I was in a real trouble there.
Oh, Sacha, I'm glad you were able to escape.
Let me drop invisibility so we can see each
Okay.
other now.
Everyone's visible, including the entire right-hand side of Sartre's body is purple now.
My God, are you
All the
okay?
visible skin is purple purple with bits of green from the very large bruise and probably internal bleeding that Sartre is suffering. The right-hand side of Sartre's body is starting to look like an orange because it has lots of gaps in it now.
Try one.
I haven't been able to feel the bottom of my chin since I started running, and I'm pretty sure my left eye stopped working a while ago. But it's fine.
I will go over to Sacher and try and help him somehow.
Yeah, I'm gonna use all of the lay on hands.
Okay, you pump all of your lay on hands into yourself, and I think now's probably a good time to end the session. And with the one roll before the end of the session, Kaizan, please make a sleight of hand roll for tying up the gnome.
Cool.
We'll see how well you do
hog-
that, and then
a
we'll pick
hog
up with you
tie.
guys because you guys can get out of here pretty quickly, seeing as most of the attention's going north now. So yes,
10.
10. He's tied. Alrighty, but that's gonna be the end of today's session. We'll pick back up next week with you guys peacing out and gnome interrogation. So,
What a roller coaster, man.
what a roller coaster! Fuck you guys.
I went
Yeah,
from
let's leave the
0
city.
to 100 real
Wait.
quick.
Why'd we leave the city? Let's make Chris make 4 new encounters mid-session because we left the city before we expected to, and then not do any of them and go back again.
Now you have them for next week.
I'm like 2 sessions ahead now. Feels good, but
Nice.
still, oof. All right. Well, join in next time to find out how these guys interrogate the gnome. For now, though, let's find out what everyone's up to next week. I will not be streaming until next D&D because I will be traveling to America to meet up with and hug Dixie Cat Dakota a lot. We'll be streaming together. We'll be doing all our own stuff. I'll still be streaming normally as well. But next Monday we'll be on. Cool, Crud. What you up to this next week?
Hello, what I'll be up to.
Your
Getting
hand is
back
blocking
into-
your mouth to your mic, by the way.
Oops. Getting back to streaming more regularly, playing TFT per usual. Yeah, I mean that's about it.
Nice, nice. Jinxie.
We'll be streaming some heroes probably tomorrow, and then we're not playing Divinity on Friday because that's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I actually won't be on stream until D&D either,
Ooh.
because I will be hanging out with Mr. Toucher also. So
This asshole.
probably some streams on Tuesday before or after work so I can keep myself busy. Maybe on Wednesday if I get the house clean. And then yeah, surplus of gross couple pics in Twitter most likely.
All right, Faye. What are you up to this week?
Just TFT. And I'm not sure what D&D I have this week, but I think we have Friday campaign at least. I'm not sure if there's any others that we're doing. But yeah, TFT, new article on Wednesday about the 10.3 meta. Ooh.
This is bad timing. I'm being called right now. If you guys want to talk amongst yourselves about what you're all up to this week, that'd be wonderful, and I will be right back really fast.
Cool.
That was it for me. Just tell you tight.
It's exciting. What are you doing, Kendrick?
Not much, man. I'm gonna be doing more streaming, and Fight Night for Warcraft 3 is gonna be this Sunday instead of Friday. It's gonna be hype. But yeah, man, and probably gonna finish Titans on Netflix, which is a really cool show, actually.
Titans?
Okay.
What's that about?
It's like superheroes. Kind of, it's kind of like the younger generation. You know, Batman is old in the show, and they're kind of like the new guard.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, I heard that was really good.
Yeah, they have, at least in Germany, they have 2 seasons of it. I'm currently
Mhm.
watching the second one. The first one is kind of like dark and eerie. The second one is a little bit more bright and lighthearted. So that's pretty cool.
Do you see that German and UK Netflix was to get all the Studio Ghibli films?
I saw that.
yeah.
Yes, they're already on the Netflix, actually.
I'm so jealous.
Wait,
Chris
you
is
guys
coming
didn't get
over.
that?
No,
What?
I don't think so. I heard we weren't supposed to get it. If we did,
Yeah,
that'd be
the-
really cool.
They have some really cool movies, Ghibli, that is. I still haven't watched all of them, but
Mm-hmm.
they're. Was it Spirited Away?
I'm back.
Uh,
Yeah, that's Spirited Away.
Dude, that was my favorite one.
I have not seen a single Studio Ghibli film to make everyone head
Really?
tilted.
Wow, you've
What
got some catching
the-
up to do, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Never had the chance.
We
Sorry.
don't want to hear everybody's favorite Ghibli film.
Howl's Moving Castle.
I've heard that's a really good one.
That one
Oh,
is
I love it.
really good too.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I've heard it's really good. Made a bunch of my friends
Yeah.
cry.
Either that or Princess Mononoke. Both are like super
What,
good.
what was the
I think
name of
House.
the little flame again? The little flame guy.
Oh man, I don't remember the name.
I've heard good
Oh,
things about the one with the cat
California?
in it, and I don't remember what the name of that
Kiki's
is.
Delivery
I've
Service.
heard good things about that.
My favorite is Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, super good.
That's the first Studio Ghibli film I ever saw when I was 13. It really scared me.
Yeah,
I'll have
it's
to
one of
watch
the
them.
first seasons. I guess I won't spoil anything if people haven't seen it, but never mind.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
they went, yeah.
Yeah,
they
I
still
think-
doing
yeah.
movies?
Studio
As a
Ghibli?
studio?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Because I think there was a whole hashtag a couple of years ago about the fact that they weren't, or like they were shutting down or something.
I'm
No,
pretty
wait,
sure
the
there's
creator
movies.
died. That's what the hashtag was about.
Yeah.
They have a new
Those
one
studios
coming
still
out
doing
this year, I think, or the next year.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Okay.
still doing stuff, but the original person has perished.
Hmm.
What did I
Well,
miss in
Miyazaki is
the?
still doing films. He just like always randomly retires and then comes back and does more films.
D&D's over, by the way. We're now in movie podcast mode.
Yeah.
What did I miss on your next week, Kendrick?
Oh, not much, man. Just more streaming. Warcraft 3 Fight Night gonna take place again, and that's it.
Fair enough. How far are you through the campaigns, by the way?
Currently about to finish the Kel'Thas campaign in TFT,
That's
and
so
we're
confusing.
doing
It's
it on
also called
hard.
TFT.
And man, dude, TFT campaigns on hard are insane. Some missions are actually insane. I spent one entire stream for one mission, and it was so frustrating, but we did it in the end.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's fair. There's
Yeah.
been a. I understand the patience people have for that. I would struggle with it so much. I was watching someone earlier, who created like a Twitch plays for his mouse and keyboard, and tried to make Twitch chat beat like a level of Mario 64, just one level. But the fact that he was just there the entire day, just reacting to chat, the amount of patience that must take is a lot.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well then.
We didn't get to hear Faye's favorite movie. I want to hear.
Oh yes, let's hear.
Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, unless you don't count that because it was technically pre-Ghibli, in which case
It still
Ghibli
counts as
film
Ghibli,
would
right?
be.
Yeah, I'd count that as Ghibli. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the
That
first
was
one
one
I
of the older ones too, right?
Yeah, it's one of their first.
watched. It's really,
It's
really
like
good.
before Ghibli was formed as a studio, technically, but it's still a Miyazaki film.
Here's where we
Nice.
tilt at least one
Okay.
member of the audience. Is it Ghibli or Ghibli?
Ghibli.
Yeah, I would say
Ghibli.
Ghibli.
Oh, Universal. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now's where I Google it and see if you're all right or all wrong.
Maybe we're all wrong.
How to pronounce studio. Okay. It is said Ghibli.
What?
Or,
No.
No
or
way.
Ghibli. It is pronounced
Nah.
Jeeblee.
That sounds
Ghibli.
fake.
It's what it says.
I refuse.
Same.
It's like knowing that GIF is technically pronounced GIF. No one
Yeah.
cares. It's still a GIF to us, damn it.
True.
Oh dear. Alrighty. We're very off track. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, YouTube people. If you sat through this, then good for you. Thank you very much. Be sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you want to subscribe on Twitch as well, that's very appreciated. Dog Lady, 22 months, almost the 2-year mark. Feels amazing. Thank you so much.
With
We'll be-
Twitch Prime.
With Twitch Prime.
Wow. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Didn't pay any extra money. Feels good.
For
You
free.
saved money and supported your local streamer. Isn't that good? If you
That's the
have
best.
Amazon Prime, use it. Damn it, feels amazing. Alrighty, so we'll be back next week. You can find what all our lovely players are up to by following their Twitches and Twitters, by hitting !players in the chat or checking the description if you're watching on YouTube right now. That's all for us for this week. We'll be back next week. Do we have any final words?
Twitch Prime. Subscribe, Tetcher.
Also,
Yes,
follow
sir.
all these lovely people on Twitter. Let's get those numbers up. Let's get everyone up and make us all popular to the point where we can actually make a lot of money off this show. That would be lovely.
Wow.
That'd be
Or have a
awesome.
sequel.
Or have a sequel to this show?
Damn yeah.
I think you understand how D&D works, dude. There is no sequel because there's no end.
Maybe
It's
there
the
will be one
game
day.
that never ends.
TK.
Yeah, TPK.
Alright, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all next Monday for more Dungeons and Dragons. Bye.